And I'm gonna
turn it up, here we go. You've been waiting all week, now you know the time has come. We're taking the floor, strap in tight, we're ready for more. It's 11 o'clock time to bring it, the big show's here. You know we're gonna win it. Game day fever, feel it in your bones. We're cranking it loud through your headphones. Marcus steps up, breaking it down. Josh has got the fire, wearing the crown. Johnny brings the heat, never backs away. Maniac lives up to the Navy display. M3's in the mix, tripling the thrill. 5 voices strong, bending your will.
That load off.
Another one.
What's
you
going
hosted,
on,
Marcus.
college football fans? What's up? Another happy Saturday, a college football Saturday. Man, a lot of stuff to discuss. College football playoff games, bowl games, coaching changes, portal hits. Damn, a lot to cover. Feels good to be back, though, in the driver's seat today. Marcus, your resident Michigan fan from A House Divided. Got my boys over here to the right. We'll let them go ahead and introduce themselves. What's going on, fellas?
Was good. I guess I'll go first.
Marcus
It is
talking
I,
good too.
the Maze Madman. And we got some things to talk about, including that loss by Ohio State.
What about y'all's loss? Multiple scores.
no
to a
bowl
team we
games
beat.
don't matter. Bowl games don't matter.
Bowl games
Yo.
don't matter, bro.
Yo, what it do? What it do? We back
Bro,
again.
y'all lost 2 games in a row to end the season.
Hold on,
bro.
let me.
Hold on.
You lost 2 games
Lot
in
of
a row
time for
to
that.
end the season. That ain't a way to go out.
Johnny not even wearing the team colors.
Stop it.
This again.
Bro, he got
But
the block in
It's
his hat.
me, Johnny Olden Jr., and we got a bunch of stuff to talk about. Michigan's lost, Ohio State's lost, Ole Miss cooking, Trinidad Chambers. Oh baby, and we're gonna get into it. Indiana, Google him. Some of y'all ain't got Google. Y'all got it and ain't using it.
Yo.
I know who I got to talk to about that one.
M3.
I know who we got to talk to about that one.
You already know it's your boy, the Maniac. First of all, Happy New Year's to everyone, all my brothers on the panel, everyone in the chat. Hopefully it was a good and safe one for everybody. But look, man, 2026 is here. The playoffs is coming to an end. We at the semifinals. But like Marcus mentioned, there's a lot to talk about, a lot of recapping of the quarterfinals and a particular bowl game. So stay tuned.
Show. We did Maze, Johnny, Josh. What up?
What's up? I'm ready to talk about it. Let's get into it.
All right.
That's it. I
In
like
the famous
that.
words of Maze Madman, I'm upset,
Yeah.
but it's a
you
reason I'm
mad?
upset, and it has nothing to do with the loss. It has to do with the fact that we tried to get y'all to do a live stream last week. Y'all didn't want to do it, but now all of a sudden y'all want to do a live stream. Okay.
Hey,
Okay.
whoa.
Okay.
We
here.
who was we?
We here.
Who was we?
No.
Who was we?
We is me and you tried to get them to do a live stream last week,
All right, cool.
and then that didn't happen. Now all of a sudden it's happening. Corny behavior.
You didn't push it like.
Hold on. When you said we, not only was it you and Marcus that agreed, but also
You did
I
agree.
said let's do
You
it.
did agree. You agreed, but then nobody wanted to set up a time, and certain people were quiet. So like,
Yeah.
so I'm here.
Let's
All
go.
right, man. Let's hop into it. Let's go ahead and start talking about the games. I'll even be gracious enough to throw our game up there first. Let's break it down. Citrus Bowl, Michigan versus Texas, highly touted quarterback matchup. Bryce Underwood, Arch Manning. I'll give my thoughts first. Given what was out, right? Given who didn't play, I thought the first half was admirable. It got really treacherous there in the second half between turnovers and just really not being able to get a stop when they needed to. It was pretty demoralizing watching Arch Manning take off for 40 or 50, whatever that
60
was. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
It was pretty demoralizing. I'll say that in the first half, I was feeling pretty optimistic about the passing game. I think we were handling Colin Simmons enough to move the ball. I felt like they were getting completions, drop back passing, not just RPOs, but drop back passing that they weren't getting through a lot of the regular season. So it felt like they paid a lot of attention to something and it paid off. I think not having a cow tailback like Jordan Marshall in this game kind of hurt because they didn't have a secondary pitch, right? Bryson Cusdell ran for around like 85 yards or so, but it wasn't the dominating lean on them type of running game we've had all season. So you really put it on Bryce's arm to win a quarterback duel with Arch Manning, and he lost. I don't think that's the end all be all on the story as far as Bryce Underwood is concerned, but in that game, that's really what it boiled down to. I don't think either defense really played particularly well. It was just they had the better guy at QB. They didn't turn it over, even though they probably should have a couple times, but they didn't, and that's how the game went. Ain't much to say after that.
Yes. So listen, man. Going into this bowl game, obviously, it's like an exhibition game, an extended game. It really didn't matter, but you always want to win. Let's be clear. No one is saying I don't want to win, but losing is like, bro, it is what it is. It doesn't mean much, but we wanted to see things, right? And what was the main thing we wanted to see? We wanted to see progression with Bryce. We wanted to see him throw the ball. He had moments, again, all year. It's just been the same story with this Michigan team. You see flashes from Bryce, and then you see freshman mistakes from Bryce. And you see bad habits from Bryce, which where coaching is supposed to come in and say, bro, look at this on camera. You have to stop doing that. And you work on it. Obviously, it didn't work. Bryce throwing off the back foot. Bryce, he's got tunnel vision. Bryce, his internal clock, sometimes he gets out that pocket too fast. There's just a lot of things he needs to work on. Honestly, we got to call it like it is. We're Michigan fans, but we can't sit here and be like, oh, Bryce is going to be great. I don't know. Kyle Whittingham and his team has their work cut out. As long as they're as good as the coaches that we think they are, then I think Bryce will be fine. But if not, maybe Bryce is the problem. Maybe he's just not who he is. Maybe, I'm saying. Not saying that he's not. I'm just saying maybe. We got to be realistic here, too. We just can't assume, no, he's going to be great. No, we don't know that. We don't know that. There's flashes, yes, but there's just a lot of concerns, man, that I really hope that coaching could fix. Because if not, that's going to be a lot of money down the drain, honestly. And I hope not, man. Bryce, I think he could really be him. So, Texas, shout to Texas, man. Arch Manning, I was one of them, cooked them, and deservedly so. That first game against Ohio State, horrible. The next game against San Jose State, horrible. The first 3-4 games, he looked bad. But you see, he got better. He got better as the year went on. Something you want to see from your quarterback. So next season, going into next season, I think it's going to be absolutely okay to hype Arch going into next season. I wouldn't call him the Heisman favorite, but I think now the 2026 season, I think that Arch is going to be a much, much better player than what he was in 25. So shout to Texas. They was out like 4 or 5 starters on defense. We were out about 3 starters on defense. And they just brought it to us, man. It's real simple. And it was the fourth quarter. It was a good game. It was back and forth, a slugfest. You know, it was one of those boxing matches where, back and forth. But in the championship rounds, the 11th and 12th round, the championship rounds, Texas just body blowed us. Bang. And they knocked us out, man. So shout to Texas. They wanted it more. It showed it. They're better coach team and just better players right now. So, yeah, it was embarrassing at the end, man. So we'll see now. Now it's on to the offseason. Cal Whittingham and his coaching staff to make sure they get this shit right.
Real quick before you switch to somebody else, I wanted to piggyback on your point about Arch Manning's development. Arch Manning will be heading into his junior season, right? And so when you look at an Arch Manning, when you look at Dante Moore, when you look at a CJ Carr at Notre Dame, these guys had an opportunity to sit, watch older quarterbacks play, develop while they weren't asked to lead the team necessarily, and then roll out, right? I see a lot of comparisons with other teams like starting quarterbacks or young quarterbacks in them trying to compare it to what Michigan has in Bryce. They asked Bryce to play day one. And that was something that I was kind of wringing my hands about in the offseason. Like, hey, man, listen, everybody wants him to play right now. He's number one recruit. The landscape right now is telling you that the path of success is to get him to sit, watch, learn, develop. And they probably should have pushed a little bit harder to try and get a start.
And I was a big advocate of Mikey King to come in and start. Obviously, he was injured. A lot of people looked at me like, nah, just throw Bryce into the fire. And I was like, yo, he shouldn't be started. You can't have it both ways. It's either you wanted him to start or you wanted him to sit. Because these are the things that can happen. It could mentally damage him, or it could just make him stronger. He's gonna have to work his ass off. He's gonna have to be the hardest worker in that room this offseason is Bryce. Hands down, bottom line. How much does he want it? We will see once the season starts.
Yep, that's a fact. What you got, Maze?
Oh, my bad.
Oh, go. No, you up. Oh, never mind.
So yeah, for me, it was a good game for 3 quarters. Look, the bottom line is this: Michigan went into the fourth quarter with a lead.
Yeah.
Right. Texas went up in the fourth quarter. Right. So I can't be too mad. At the end of the day, the decision making from Bryce, we probably would have liked to see be a bit better. But as you pointed out, he was a true freshman. Nobody else had that type of responsibility on them. None of these top programs were playing a true freshman quarterback. Also, he didn't have a quarterback coach. I can't emphasize that enough. The title for Chip Lindsey was offensive coordinator and quarterback coach, but whatever. I wasn't too impressed with Chip Lindsey's offense all season anyway, even though he wasn't the offensive coordinator for this game. I thought Kasula did a decent job. Yes. Kasula and Biff Poggi, game plan, the game plan they had offensively was good for most of the game. And I do think at the end of the day, Texas was better than Michigan this year, even though they were without like a bunch of starters, right? A bunch of guys that contributed to their team. Heck, they were down to I think their 5th string running back, which also speaks to the defense. That's the point I really want to get to, because Wink Martindale wasn't there to help Michigan.
No.
Wink Martindale showed up in his grass cutting clothes. First of all, he had no Michigan signage anywhere on him. He showed up like he was about to go cut his grass, and he called plays like he was about to go cut his damn grass. He was not there to help Michigan out in any way, shape, fashion, or form. That said, I got to give credit to Arch Manning. He did enough to get it done. He did his job out there. And I want to give some praise. I want to heap some praise on Bryce too, because though it did fall off the rails in the second or the fourth quarter, really is when it fell off the rails. For most of that game, he was good, man. 199 yards passing. I mean, that's nothing crazy, but it's decent. And then 70 plus yards rushing, 3 total touchdowns. I got to give him some praise for that. Dog, the first touchdown to Kendrick Bell was amazing. That was right in the face of, he was getting smacked. He throws a ball in an impossible place. Kendrick Bell, I got to give him credit too, because he made a great play on the ball. So we got to give credit there. Kuzdal had a decent game. I think he was over 80 yards rushing in this game. But it came down to the mistakes, and you saw the difference in a guy that Marcus, as Marcus pointed out, got to sit and watch a guy play quarterback for 2 seasons. Compared to a guy that was thrust into, the leadership.
Is Archer senior next season?
Day one.
No, he's
a red shirt junior.
Yeah.
Man,
So there's a huge difference there.
No, I mean it's not, but if this thing won't work for me, there we go. Yeah, it's not really a fair comparison, but when the quarterback starts playing, you want to see some type of progression. And I feel like we saw some progression from Bryce this year, but once, and I said this in my post-game video, once the game is all on him, he gonna throw a pick this year. that's just what it was. That's just what happened in all of the games where once we got down and it's all right, Bryce, it's on you.
Northwestern.
Interception.
Northwestern.
Northwestern. Yeah, that's the only one.
Marsh.
Where he had the big time throw running outside the pocket, and then we ran it the rest. But when we really we're down 14, and it's on you, Bryce. Intercept. You know what I'm saying? So, but this game, Michigan showed some fight early. For most of the game, honestly, the defense wasn't playing that well. That's just a fact. They weren't playing that well. Who knows if the defense and Wink were still bought in or whatever, it could be different. But then you had Texas with all their guys out, so that's no excuse. So defense let us down. I saw it early. I was like, this defense is garbage. I said, Maze, this defense is garbage. And that continued. It just got worse, it seemed like as the game went on. We had to hope that our offense would keep it going. But Kuzdal's he's not an every down back. He doesn't do anything dynamic. He's not gonna make anybody miss. He just runs into when there's a defender, he just kind of runs into him. Hey, bro, try to make him miss or something, and he gets lit up, So he does what he can, but there's a reason he's not a starter. He's third on the depth chart, probably should be fourth, honestly, with Jasper, but besides after we couldn't run the ball and it got on Bryce and he started to turn it over, and it's Arch you could just see the momentum and let's get it. I got to give it to Arch because I killed him earlier in the year when he was garbage, which he was, and then he slowly got better. So as he got better, my opinion on him changed. He's gotten better, and he quiet as kept. He put together a pretty good year for a first-year starter, a pretty good year. Capped it off against us, but he's starting to get it. He could live up to the hype next year. The hype that they gave him this year, he might live up to it next year because he's starting to. You're starting to see why everybody praised him a little more. They just did it too early. It looks like.
Yeah.
All right, y'all tell me what type of time we on. Because in the group chat, I was chill, right? I gave y'all a little joke, I gave y'all a little hit, and then I chilled. So y'all tell me what type of time we on.
Whatever time you want to be on.
It's your world.
It's your world,
Josh.
Nah, because when it comes to this Buckeye game, I want the same.
I was about to say we got Miami and Ohio State coming up, so you go however.
Tell me what y'all want.
However you want to handle it.
Is it smoke or is it not?
No, it's
definitely smoke.
It's smoke.
Oh, okay.
It's
Set
smoke.
the
We ain't
standard.
here. We ain't here to
Set the
sugarcoat shit.
Say less. Arch Manning made y'all look pussy out there. Arch
Right.
Manning made y'all look crazy for saying all that y'all said about Arch Manning all season long, right?
We didn't play him the
Almost
first
400
game of
yards
the
to
year.
total offense by
No, let him
himself.
go. Let him finish. Let him
Almost
cook. Let him cook.
400 yards and 4 touchdowns to total offense by himself. Y'all are supposed to be the running defense team. He made y'all look crazy by himself, right? And then your leading rusher didn't even touch 100 yards. So for the rush and defense team that y'all are, y'all
He
look
didn't
crazy.
play. I lead
And
him.
y'all weren't leading going into the fourth quarter. Y'all were down 4 points. So wanted to give you that. Also, I'll give you a little bit of bail. Y'all didn't have y'all head coach. That's cool. That's cool. But y'all's identity looked crazy out there. Bryce again looked shook. And look, Sam looked shook as well, but that's not characteristic of him. I've seen Bryce look shook multiple times, but he's a freshman. It is what it is, right? But there's no reason for me to believe that moving forward with a new coach that he's going to be y'all savior at this point, at present point in time. That's it.
You done? That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
You sure?
Hey, we frying them
Any-
Buckeyes. I'm gonna tell you right now.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
is there any consideration
Hibachi.
for
Yeah.
any consideration for your leading rusher, starting center, starting right guard, and starting right tackle all not playing? Hell, starting left tackle as well, all not playing.
Sure.
Any-
That
any
that fixes
consideration for any of
that
that?
fixes Bryce looking shook.
No, I was just asking because you said we were
Because on the
rushing
defensive
team,
side of things,
and none of the pieces for our rushing game were there. You think that played a factor at all? And then on defense,
that fixes the
Oh,
offensive
and-
side of
hold on.
things.
I want to pose the question so you can respond.
Sure.
So
I am.
on defense, both edge rushers, 2 middle linebackers, and a safety that all played either started or played significantly throughout the season gone. Does that have any effect on the defense either? You think maybe possibly considering?
It has effect on it.
Okay.
Almost 400 yards by himself and 4 touchdowns.
I just wanted to know.
2 touchdowns
Let's
running.
know.
By the way,
We haven't seen him do any of that at all this season, right? And compound that with the fact that all 4 of you were talking mad shit on Arch Manning's name
All
the
5
entire
of us?
season.
All 5 of us? Because I never
We
heard you
did.
say anything
Well,
positive
But
about Arch
as he
Manning.
got
Never.
no, but as
No,
the
no, no, no,
season
no, no,
went
no, no.
on,
All
we
4
saw
of
the
y'all
progression.
talking mad shit about Arch Manning.
He was
Damn.
yeah, in the beginning, yes.
He was
Everybody did.
garbage most
The
of the
whole,
year.
the whole
too.
media. Everybody.
Okay, so then if he's garbage, 400 yards,
But
He got better
He
during
got
the
better.
year.
he did not get that much
hold
better.
on, bro. Listen,
He's a
again,
night and day, damn near
there's a
Superman
difference,
Clark
too.
Kent, Arch Manning.
there was a difference too, by the way. Arch Manning did have almost 400 yards by himself, but Bryce Underwood had almost 300 yards by himself and 3 touchdowns, and he is a true freshman.
and
So
3
I don't.
picks.
No, he definitely threw the picks. But by the way, Arch Manning threw turnover worthy passes. We dropped 2 in our hand. So let's not
okay.
act like Arch Manning was out there, unimpeachable, bro.
That's fair. One
All right.
team won by 14 points.
That's the truth. They were better than Michigan.
14 points, huh?
Okay.
14
Let's
points.
move on then.
And my bad, we
Yeah,
didn't
let's-
have the
let's
lead
get on
going
down this
into the
list.
fourth quarter. We did have a
What's
fourth
next
quarter
on the
lead,
docket,
though.
I suppose.
Yeah. And what I text in the chat before the game. Final score 40 something. I was real close to what it was. And I
No,
was
bro,
like
you
in the
were-
second quarter.
You
I
were
didn't
wild
text-
in the
But you said that when we had
Yeah,
ball
yeah,
game.
exactly. Exactly. So I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear. The proof is there. I could screenshot it. Y'all know. So
You
I don't want to
did,
hear nothing.
He did say it. It was
Yeah.
early, but the score ended up being about what he said.
Exactly,
He
bro.
was
I know,
wildin',
bro.
Hold on. Let me see if I can find it because I'm in the group chat.
Don't
now.
get this
Hold on.
man credit for that. That
He
It's the
did.
truth. I knew what it was. I'm a rich. See, this is the thing. People, you always want to get at Ohio. Now I'm a realist, bro. Even when it comes to my team, I'm not over here talking about, we're gonna be 16-0 next year, and then I don't
God
know
damn,
what
y'all
we're gonna
been
be.
gabbing.
Yeah, no, Maniac called it.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't the
No,
exact score.
no, bro.
God damn it!
I didn't
No,
say
listen,
exact.
listen,
I
listen.
said
Listen.
similar.
Listen. He
40.
did call a similar score. The problem that we had wasn't that he called a wrong.
I can only
score
give
that was
Maniac
way
props.
off with the score. No. Of course you can only give him props.
I can only give him props. He called
You chill out. No, Maniac was saying we had what we like through an incompletion, and Maniac was like, "Oh, game's over.
Game's over.
Like, they must
I'm like, damn, I'm tied up right now.
You pissed,
Yo,
bro.
Maniac
You
said-
see,
That's that bad juju. You put
Oh,
that
you
juju
see,
on it.
listen,
Look, it
you
was
see, like, I'm gonna give you an
17-17.
example.
Maniac
Look at the
said magic is
Washington
over.
game.
right?
That Washington game, you
Outta
saw
here.
them, even though it was close late, there was a fire under these players. You're like, all right, yeah, this one, I think we're good. It's just when I see Michigan play sometimes, bro, I don't know what it is. I'm spiritually connected to these dudes. I just know it. I'm there. It sounds crazy, but I'm
I feel
keeping
you,
it
bro.
real.
I feel
All right.
you, man.
And I've seen it for so many years, bro. Maze, what you said? Bro, you sounded like an abused wife. Exactly. Because Michigan abused me for years.
He do be sound like a battered woman in them chats, bro.
Yeah. Bro, because I've seen it
Like, here
for
we go
years.
again.
The 90s teams we should have never fucking lost to, and we fucking lose. Like, come on, bro. That's a lot of
Bro.
trauma, bro. It's hard to
All
get
right.
rid of that.
All right. Let's move on to somebody else's trauma.
Let's go.
Talk
Let's go.
about what was this? The Cotton Bowl?
Yeah.
Miami versus Ohio State. The
Do
Hurricanes.
I get to go first?
I
Go
can't.
ahead.
Please go
Michigan
first.
went first for the Michigan game, so I get to go
Yeah.
first for this
Go
game.
ahead, go ahead.
Oh, you want to go first for this game?
Yeah.
I'll go next. Yeah, Josh, give us your thoughts. Go ahead.
All right. Now, I gave y'all smoke, right? Only because y'all said it was smoke.
Mm.
But I also have smoke for my own fucking team, right? Miami's defense.
Much, but bro, we only got 30 more minutes. 30 more minutes, we get everything we fucking work for. Them boys ain't work how we work. They ain't feel how we feel. They ain't cry how we cry, gang. You can see they don't got the energy we got, bro. They don't want it how we want it, bro. 30 more minutes is all we got.
You muted. You muted. All right.
Oh,
Woo. Yeah, no, please continue.
Now, Miami's defensive line made our offensive line look pussy out there. Absolute garbage. Absolute trash. Even when they were winded, right? Even when Tegra didn't even play the entire game from what I saw, made our offensive line look garbage. Straight pussy. Straight terrible. And by proxy, made Julian Sand look terrible and looked absolutely shook. Looked crazy out there, making terrible decisions because he's always got to wonder if there's Bane right behind him. That shit was so trash from every single standpoint, with the exception of the one time they decided to block a nice bomb to Jeremiah Smith in the first quarter, maybe early second quarter. And then, the drives where they started to come back, they started to look a little bit better. But for most of the game, that offensive line looked absolutely atrocious, straight pussy. And I hated every single thing about it. The defense, they kind of contained Miami for the most part, except for the garbage time scoring. And then after Carson Beck's first touchdown, I believe, for the most part, the defense did their job. It just didn't look how we wanted it to. I would have liked way more pressure on Carson Beck. I would have liked them to get the ball in a advantageous place. And for the love of God, I'm so happy that Jaden Fielding is no longer going to be on this team because he's the worst kicker ever. He is the worst kicker ever. I'm not going to say I hate him. He is the worst kicker ever.
Because he did get death threats.
I'm not going to say I hate him, but he is the
no,
worst
Johnny.
Lost the
kicker
game versus
ever.
Georgia,
guys
Michigan.
threatening the lives of their own? No.
Oh my God. I despise Jaden Fielding's kicking ability, the very least.
He played good for y'all in the playoffs last year, didn't he? That was him, right?
The Michigan game, this game,
I honestly thought that was
Indiana game.
I thought he was done with that, honestly.
No. All right, Ryan Sims is giving me the green light. I hate him. I hate Jaden Fielding. Like, how are we who we are and we can't get a sufficient kicker? A sufficient kicker at the very
Who
least.
are you?
Decent. What do you mean, who are we?
You said, how are we? Who we are? Who are you?
Are you?
The Ohio State University.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Smoke's back. How are y'all laughing? We beat y'all.
We ain't talking about Miami, Ohio State.
We beat y'all in the big house.
Keep this on Miami, Ohio State, sir. That's where we at today. We gave you all the time in the world to talk about Michigan.
Don't let him get ahead. No, listen. We ain't in no rush today. There's no football games. We here. So we here to let's talk about it. So go ahead, because we going. I'm putting your team. I'm putting your school in the headlock. So make sure you let it out.
You can't put a team in a headlock that you can't beat.
No.
You can't beat them.
You can't beat is a crazy statement.
You can beat them this year.
Okay, you going to see it. Watch me. Don't worry.
You can't say anything about us.
My
right?
turn.
Lost in y'all's bowl game. Can't even make it.
All right.
5 losses followed by 4 losses after your national championship.
That's
what
improvement.
does the season even mean if you can't make it back to the playoffs?
You didn't win the Big Ten. Can't prove it. But go ahead.
Y'all couldn't make it back to the playoffs after your national championship. Couldn't even touch it.
And you couldn't even beat us with Davis Warren. Fuck we talking about?
Beat y'all this year at your home field. Y'all had to guard the 50.
6 years.
Your coach cried.
Like last year.
Cried.
Last year, 13-10. Like that.
Cried. We made your coach cry.
Nah, I know y'all did it. And mind you, he's 2-1 against your coach.
The narrative now.
I do focus on Kitty Cat. It's 2-1 against your fucking overrated coach, and I'm gonna cook his ass too. Oh, I can't.
He's not even a coach. He's not even going to be a head coach anywhere anymore.
That's right. He's still 2-1 against Ryan Day.
He's 2-1 versus your guy.
And you guys praise Jim Harbaugh, knowing that he has a losing record against us.
No, but not against Ryan Day.
He has a losing record to Ohio State.
But
last time I checked, y'all lost at your home field and had to guard the looking pussy. Looking.
Hold on. Are you done, John? Are you done with your Miami?
Do you want to?
I've been done with Miami. I'm cooking y'all now. Get out of here. I've been done, Miami. I'm cooking y'all now.
Listen, Marcus. Loaded clip, fully loaded, 16 in the clip. I need you to empty it and reload it. That's what I'm doing. I'm going crazy. Because what these OSU fans was talking like they team was, oh man. Go ahead.
We're about to make it to the playoffs again next year. Where are y'all going to be?
No, next
Where
year.
Where are y'all going to be?
Are y'all going to be
another 3 losses next year?
Are you going to let me go now? Is it my turn to go?
I was talking about from him. You go ahead.
Okay. So, first of all, we got to do a couple housekeeping things before we start talking about the game. First of all, you're going to apologize to Tigra. You're going to apologize to Tigra right here on the stream because you made all of your offensive line problems Tigra. And then Nickelback went out there.
Are you telling me to apologize to him and you're not saying his name right?
I don't know because he ain't my player. But you're going to apologize to him because Nickelback went out there and got trashed. I mean, thrown around like a rag doll. It was borderline sexual assault what was happening to your offensive line.
Absolutely.
Also,
the reason I'm not going to apologize.
We got to put out an APB. We have to put out an APB for Arvell Reese because he hasn't been seen since week 11. Where is the All-American? Where is the first team All Big Ten? Where is the instant first round pick? Where did he go? Is he hiding? Is he playing hide and seek? Did he not? He pulled a Ernest Hausman. He don't want to play football no more. What's going on with my man's?
Pulled a Ernest Hausman is crazy.
He was the hottest thing. He was the hottest thing since sliced bread leading up into the Michigan game, and we ain't seen him since. And we ain't seen that man since. Also, this game made me very nostalgic for like 23 and 24 and 22 and 21. Because when you keep the ball away from Ryan Day in offense, you win the game. And it's just as simple as that. If you can sustain drives and pressure his quarterback, you are going to win the game. And with the pedestrian offense, and I'm still calling it pedestrian, even though they won that game, the pedestrian offense of the Miami Hurricanes was able to hold the ball from y'all for most of the game, doing it with basic gap scheme runs. We just gonna run at you. We just gonna take Fletcher and we gonna run over. What's your middle linebacker's name that you told me was great?
Sonny Styles.
Man, god damn. My man's jaw is still on the floor of the Cotton Bowl right now. He got to have a jaw replacement because this shit is in the Cotton Bowl presently. Got trucked. Like, for all of the blunder about how much better y'all were over Miami, I would even give myself some of it because I did not think that they were going to be able to put up 24 points on y'all, right? Best defense of all time. Statistically, this may be the best defense ever. They've only given up 8 points a game. Well, maybe that's because we was playing Purdue and we was beating up on Wisconsin. And
UCLA.
Talk about it.
Our
7
best
points came from
conference
the
win,
defense.
our
Grambling.
best
7 points came from the
conference win
defense.
outside of Michigan was fucking Washington. Maybe that's why.
7 points came from the
Maybe
defense.
that's why we got
7
on a
points
stage.
came
in
garbage time.
I ain't interrupt you. Maybe that's why we got up there versus an ACC non-champion and showed our ass. See, it used to be that Ohio State just had an SEC problem. You know what I'm saying? But now
We definitely don't have that.
Y'all have slipped back into the reality of losing to ACC teams.
The best ACC team?
At
No.
least we lost to
That's
an
Duke.
SEC
What are we doing?
That's Duke.
that's
Duke is the best
projected to go
ACC
on
Duke is
team.
not-
next year.
Duke is
They
a
won-
5-loss
they won-
team in
They
their
won the championship. They won the
No,
ACC.
y'all didn't want to have this argument when I said they should have made it to the playoffs, but now all of a sudden they're clearly the best team in their conference.
They won their conference.
I didn't say they were
Indiana,
best team in the
Indiana
conference.
won the conference, right? They the best team. Hey, Duke.
Indiana is definitely the best team in the conference this year, for sure. No question. No question. And they proved it in the Big Ten championship game.
I'm not arguing that. I'm not arguing that. I want Indiana to win the whole thing.
Well, of course you do now.
Yeah,
Of course
Duh.
you do now. I
yeah.
would want the team that beat me too would go win a national championship.
No, that's
but
not how that
we
works.
all can't choose.
Because we beat y'all and y'all
can't
don't want
choose
us to
our
win the national championship.
Right. I was about to say I would prefer the team that beat us go win a national championship, but beggars can't be choosers. So
No,
Yes,
you
we both
wouldn't have
lose,
wanted
Will.
that. You would have been mad how we went and won the national championship.
no, it's cool, bro.
Cap. Okay, now we're just lying. Now we're
Go
just
ahead,
lying.
Maze. Or
Okay.
Maze. Yeah, go ahead, Maze. Or goddamn maniac. My bad.
Oh, me? Oh,
Yes, sir.
All right. So
Not too much with that scarlet on your hat.
it's all right.
I
Yeah,
knew that
you
was
call it
coming.
what you want. The Falcons, baby. Listen, where do I start? Let's start with the. I told you the dude is built like a 12-year-old Girl Scout. Your man Julian Sage. This guy, Heisman favorite. Texas, Indiana, Miami. Give me his stats. 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 200 and something yards a game. He's fucking overrated. Get the fuck out of here. And then on top of that, right? On top of that, he's throwing to the best tandem receivers that America has ever seen in the history of college football. They got Jeremiah Smith. This guy's already.
Kyle Tate. Forget about
They
him.
got Jeremiah Smith.
So
He's
he
the
just
Hall of Fame in the
contacted you.
NFL already. He's already got his jacket, his gold jacket already. And the NFL, he's just the greatest. No one's never seen a receiver like that. And then you got
Context is just
Carnell
out the
Tate.
window.
And then you got another 5-star at Ennis. Wait a minute. And you
Context
got
is out
Ryan
the window.
Day. Bro, the best teams you played, 3 fucking teams. 3 fucking teams. Michigan was mid. Washington was mid. Illinois was mid. Texas, Miami, and Indiana. Your team looked regular. Regular team. Nothing special. And mind you, you had 6, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, 6 future round no, 6 first round picks coming this April. Right? No, 5. 4 on defense, 1 on offense. No team No team in America. No team in America possesses that kind of talent right now. But Ohio State. Y'all won that natty last year, and that was the worst thing. And I'm going to tell you, because it gassed y'all, right? Y'all won. Michigan won the national championship with their seniors and super. Oh, what y'all had last year on your team, right? Where was your man? You had no JT Tualala, whatever his name was. No Jack Sawyer out there. No Jack Sawyer out there. Katie Curry? Who? Who's that? Who?
Y'all narratives are all over the place.
Who? No. I'm breaking it down. Don't get mad. I'm just telling you what it is.
Cool.
That veteran, y'all didn't have that. Kaden Curry, he a fucking bum. The fuck he does in big game. 1 sack against Indiana. Get him the fuck out of here. Get him. They were sunning him. That dude 61. Oh, he had him in the lunchbox. He said, here, next to the Capri Sun and the crackers. Here, you fucking bum. Get the fuck over there. That's one. That D-line, y'all disrespected that D-line. And I'm going to get Juju and I'm going to get Garrison. I was at the Louisville game. They're not that good. Oh, ask Ohio State. He took your left tackle like 10 yards in the backfield and tackled your fucking freshman quarter, whatever, the running back. The fuck you doing, you little ass motherfucker? Fuck you doing? Sunning y'all. 5-star university we talking about. 5-star university.
Not on that line.
Everybody does less. Ryan Day, I told y'all. I fucking told y'all. He's not a great coach. He's not. He's a good coach. Bro, since he's taken over Ohio State, I'm not going to even do the 10 years. Let's go from 2019. He had Justin Fields for 2 years. 5-star. First-round pick. And first of all, the way they got him from Georgia was dirty. But anyway, that's another story for another day. Then, after him, he had C.J. Stroud. Whether you want to call him a 5-star, you want to call him a borderline 5-star, whatever.
Absolute dog.
You had four years straight of a first-round quarterback. You had one fucking playoff win. One fucking playoff win. And then, finally last year, one of the best teams I ever had, you still lost 2 games. And luckily, for the playoffs being expanded, y'all motherfuckers made it. Ryan Day's a fucking bum. I don't give a fuck. And Sunday, anybody want to debate that, we could do that. He's like, y'all look at his record, but look at his record. All right, look at his choking record now. Tell me who. Tell me which coach in America chokes with that much talent. Who?
Tell me which coach gets to where he's gotten to in the last few years. None.
Choke. He's like a fucking
every year. Who else does that?
Choke.
Michigan
artist.
Don't do it.
Choke artist. He a choke artist.
Michigan can't even get the opportunity to choke.
You got how your your 3 best games this year. With that fucking offense, you could even muster 17 points.
Y'all wish y'all was where we were. Y'all wish y'all could go to the playoffs.
14, no. You scored 14 against Texas. You scored 10 against Indiana.
And then you lost 5 times. And then you lost 4 times the next year.
It don't matter.
And lose with Kyle Whittingham as your coach. Bryce Underwood's never going to touch the playoffs. And y'all paid $12 million for him.
You mad?
Y'all paid $12 million for a quarterback that's never touching the playoffs.
Are you solidifying that? Are you solidifying that? We paid $12 million. He's never going to make the playoffs. Like, that's not just.
I don't know how much he actually got.
You know what? If Richie,
I have no idea how much he actually got.
Hold on. If Richie's in the hold on. If Richie's in the chat,
he didn't make the playoffs last year. He's not going to make the playoffs next year.
Richie
I'll give you that. I'll at least solidify that.
Richie said,
I know.
Richie mentioned he's not making the playoffs. Richie mentioned the O-line problems. His own fan base. No, Richie, we're good. That's the fucking arrogance of this fucking fan base. They just think they better than everybody. And look what happened.
Because we are.
You fucking Miami. Fucking Miami.
Not any team who wouldn't trade places with us.
You couldn't even fucking beat them. Get the fuck out.
Trade places with us.
Okay. My turn. It's my turn. It's my turn. It's my turn. But look, I'm not gonna kill y'all, Josh. I'm not gonna kill y'all. It was some people saying, like, on the call-in show, Garrison, Juju, Miami's defensive line is overrated. It's overrated and all that stuff. And I tried to tell them, I don't think it is. I don't think it is. They did Texas A&M that way. Texas A&M only gave up 10 sacks all year. They sacked them 7 times. That tells you something. Texas A&M has a high-powered offense. Held them boys to 3 points. You got a hurricane brewing. You got it brewing, and you're just coming off of Indiana, who just showed that they could get after you 5 sacks. So coming into this game, Ruben Bain and them boys, they destroyed that offensive line. Like the last 2 games of the year, Indiana and Miami, they destroyed y'all first half game plans. Just crumpled them up. Ryan Day had to crumple them things up and Kobe them because he couldn't do it. You couldn't, like, he had both games in the first, going into the second half, he had to basically throw away the first half game plan because it got destroyed, and that's what happened. He tried to come back in the second half and switch it up, run the ball, more big 12, 13 personnels. But by the end, it was too late. That pick six really cost y'all. It did, because that gave them the early 14-point lead, but your defense did let you down. Y'all were only down 3, and then y'all let them march the field.
With 6 minutes left. 6 minutes left, they grabbed it and it was over.
Exactly. So you let them march the field. This is winning time. This is defense. Step up, get us the ball back. This is your moment. All that greatest defense ever and all that stuff. We need you right now, and they couldn't stop him. Carson Beck, the stats aren't going to tell you how good he played in that game. The stats ain't going to tell you. But if you watch him, third down, he was on point. Third down, getting the ball out of his hands quick. He wasn't holding on to it that long. And if he did, he was picking up crucial yardage to stay ahead of the chains. So he played a really good game, and people won't notice it unless they really pay attention. And their running back, he ran hard. Shout out to him. Fletcher, he's
a dog.
He's a dog. He's nice. And shout out to Jeremiah Smith, because he tried to wheel y'all to one.
He balled out.
He tried. So shout out to him. It was just when y'all needed y'all defense, y'all defense let y'all down. They had to get y'all that ball back on that drive, and they couldn't do it.
Look, man, I know the narrative is that Buckeye fans always got an excuse for everything, but everything you just said is facts. I don't have no problem with any of that. We lost. Miami clearly wanted it more, and Miami had the guys to make it happen, right? Especially on that defensive line. Even when they were gassed.
You had your time, Josh.
I was just responding to that.
We'll get back. We'll spin the block. We'll spin the block.
Yeah. So for me, by the way, let me take this time to let the world know I picked Miami to win this game because I said that they would be able to, get pressure on Julian Sayin and basically wreck this Ohio State offensive line. All of that turned out to be the truth. I got to bask in that glory because that's the only playoff game this round I got right. I thought Texas Tech would win. That was obviously not going to happen. I thought Bama would wipe the floor with Indiana. Turns out they were the floor.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, but this one I got right. All right. So here's the thing for me: 41 points per game, Josh. In Buckeye fans in the chat. 41 points per game. That's what Ohio State averaged per game offensively against the likes of the Washingtons of the world, the Rutgers of the world. Oh, we can't forget about Grambling and what they did to them. 41 points against those types of teams. All right. Then the only ranked teams, and I'm including Michigan in this, the only ranked teams you guys played, that 41 goes down to 18. And that includes Michigan. you take Michigan out of the equation, that 18 goes down to 16. This team was never as good as y'all thought they were, bro. They were never that good. What I will say is this, bro. Your defense also, we can talk about what they gave up and stuff like that throughout the season. And I'm gonna give them credit because I don't care who you play. If you allow less than for a minute, they were allowing less than 7 points, then it was, whatever it was, 8, right? So I gotta, that deserves some credit for sure. But you did give up 24 to Miami, bro. And I'm no disrespect to Miami, respectfully. But disrespectfully, they didn't have the requisite weaponry, at least looking from the outside looking in, to drop those 24. Granted, 7 of them came on defense. I'll give you that. What a pick 6, by the way. What a play he made on that ball. Sure. Also, 0 points for the mighty Ohio State Buckeyes at halftime of this game. 0 negative rushing yards for the mighty Ohio State offense at halftime during this game. Bo Jackson, the guy that some Buckeye fans, Garrison, we're talking to you, Buckeye fans said was better than Jordan Marshall, went out here and laid an egg. Now he scored the 1-yard touchdown. Golf. Wait, did Garrison actually say that? He said that. Golf claps for my guy Bo. Right?
I don't know if I would have said that.
No, you definitely wouldn't have, because it's asinine, stupid. But shout out to the people who believe that. Me and JS don't agree on a lot, but JS made a great point in the comment section. $35 million roster. Right? And Buckeye fans love to point out how much money Bryce Underwood is getting or not from Michigan, right? You love to do that. But that's a quarterback, by the way. He plays quarterback. All right?
Sure.
The most important position on the field. You guys per year pay a wide receiver more money than Bryce Underwood gets per year.
The program's in debt.
Oh, listen to what I'm saying, bro. You pay a guy that plays a dependent position, meaning all those things that we just talked about. That offensive line has to block well enough. The quarterback has to read it. The quarterback has to throw him the ball. He plays a dependent position. Y'all pay that man $4.5 million a year. And you all want to sit back and talk about how much people are paying Bryce Underwood. Which, by the way, I think that this conversation is ridiculous anyway, because it costs none of us a penny to pay Bryce Underwood. Just like it costs you, Josh, nothing to pay my guy Jeremiah Smith. Shut the fuck up about their money. It's their money. That's what they negotiated with those universities or those conglomerates to get. I don't care what Bryce Underwood makes, just like you shouldn't care what Jeremiah Smith makes. But because you have brought up what Bryce Underwood makes just today, I thought it was necessary to inform you what you pay a guy who plays a position where he needs all the things to go right to be successful. That's just something.
Y'all paid him that before y'all even seen him play at the collegiate level.
I don't care. It shouldn't matter to you.
Oh, anybody. Yo, somebody
or anybody.
Somebody in the chat. Garrison's missing cat. Put up that comment.
That's crazy.
It said meow.
Come on, man.
All right. Let's take a little bit of break from the games here for a second and do some of these super chats. Let's see. We've got Darshan is a new member. Appreciate you.
You should become a member.
Okay. Yeah, you should become a member as well. Look like he might have bought one and gifted one. Appreciate you.
Charles Elliott.
Who's that?
Charles Elliott. I don't know, but he's a member.
Oh, yeah. Charles Elliott is a new member. Yes, sir.
You should become a member right there.
Yes, sir. Jordy Goonshot. Appreciate the Gone Shot. My bad.
Gone shoot.
Shot is crazy.
It's gone shoot.
Jordy gone shoot.
Jordy gone shoot.
$9.99. We appreciate the contribution there. We need Bryce to get embarrassed. I'm happy he did. Dude thinks he's the greatest gift to Ann Arbor. Hopefully he will humble up and put in the work in this offseason with Coach Witt and company. So Does he need a humbling? Yeah, a little bit. I'm tired of seeing him smile on the sidelines after he do dumb shit. That doesn't show confidence to me. That just shows like aloofness. It shows like unawareness of the situation. I want to see it on your face that you know you made a mistake. But that's a personal thing. I do think that he works hard, right? Like I don't think he's a guy that takes days off. I think most of the guys on the team who have vouched for them, I trust them, like a Max Bredesen. I don't think Max Bredesen would vouch for a lazy individual, but he does need to check his hubris, I think, a little bit. So there may be a little bit of truth to that. I don't think he's greatest gift to Ann Arbor, though. Captain Stabbing. We got
crazy name.
Captain Stabbing 369.
Stabbing is
all year. They did not play anybody. When they did play a good team, they went down 62, 52, and 6.
All time. Let's
All
talk
time.
about it.
See, okay, the two teams that they played in Indiana and Miami won because they controlled the trenches like crazy, right?
That's
Texas is a different situation completely.
It was pretty hard to run the ball.
16 points per game against those teams, Josh.
Texas is a different game than Miami and
you
we won that game.
All right.
By the way,
Big
we
House
scored more
82.
points against Texas.
All right.
But all right.
Yeah,
They
we
also
did.
scored way
We
more on
absolutely
y'all.
did. We absolutely did. I didn't even think about
They
that.
also scored way more on y'all, but
Anywho,
Sure.
the Big House 82 with the $1.99. We definitely appreciate you. 22 versus Georgia. 22.
he's talking about
Georgia?
fielding.
Oh,
Completely
Fielding.
deserved.
22
He's talking about
versus
Fielding,
Georgia.
yeah.
24 versus UM. 25 versus Miami. Wide left king.
Wide left
Absolutely.
king, 1000%,
That's a wide left
1000%.
That man's a legend.
No.
And then the Blegerer.
I don't know.
Sure. Appreciate the $5. Fumbling a generational defense is one of the worst coaching jobs I've ever seen. Pathetic. No one does less with more than Ryan Day.
Thank you.
Tabernacle.
Thank you.
Can we
Talk
say
about
that
it.
Matt Patricia also lacked any kind of creativity in getting to Carson
Oh,
Beck?
now. Here we go.
Best defense ever.
Oh, my God.
No, sure. But in the Miami game, he lacked creativity in getting to the quarterback.
Oh my
Or
God.
just
did the
couldn't.
guys who
You
depend
just
on
really
to get
couldn't.
pressure all year not get pressure? Arvell Reese, Caden Curry, they didn't get pressure.
Yeah.
Those two things can go together. They can work. at the same time.
We'll spin the block. Let's get to the other games.
All right, and we appreciate
Yeah.
the last 199 with the new profile pick from Jordy. Appreciate you. All right. Oregon shuts down Texas Tech. Man, that went about
Ooh.
as exactly how I expected it to go.
Not like that. I didn't
I
see it
didn't.
like that. I picked
I
Oregon, but
expected
damn,
it to go like that.
not like
Now-
that.
What I think ended up happening was once they found out that Texas couldn't really threaten them in terms of scoring, they bled the game out. Right? I don't think Oregon was all that pressed to go score 50 points. Right? They wanted to score the amount they needed to score to win the game. And so when you realize the other side, the other team's offense can't threaten you in that way, then you play ball control. Right? Honestly, it's probably the reason why the Michigan-Ohio State score was what it was and not 50-9, because once it became clear that we couldn't threaten their red zone, then it's time to run the ball and get this game over with, speed up the clock and get out of here. And that's really what you got out of Oregon. I think it was a great year by Texas Tech. I think they played well above their expectations. I expect them to take a step into, further exploits next year. However, this was one of them games that kind of proved the point of this whole expanded playoff for me. It's like, and I think the next game with Ole Miss will prove that point as well. But okay. Oregon trounced JMU, and then they blew out Texas Tech, two teams that I think that they were clearly better than. And so we planned the pageantry games to set these teams up in positions that, the business people think that they should be in, only to see blowouts, right? The first round bye teams are 1-7.
Mhm.
They're 1-7 in the last
Talk
2 years since
about
we
it.
expanded.
Talk
like,
about
Number one, we have too many teams in the pool, and they have us focused on arguing about the last two in a 12-team pool. There are not 12 teams that can win a national championship every year. There just are not. It's not. And it's never going to look that way, even as long as they have it set up the way that they do. I prefer a model where everybody plays week one and the first round bye people now would just turn into home playoff games. Like, do away with this first round bye stuff. Should we be playing football into the second or third week of January anyway?
Yes.
You know? So, so I mean, that's just kind of what I took from it. Good game by Oregon. Great season good season by Texas Tech, but this game went the way it was supposed to go.
I'll go real quick. Honestly, I had Texas Tech picked to win. When I see a defense, a really good defense, sometimes I get enamored with them. But Texas Tech didn't have enough offense. Now, we killed Garrison before. I got to give him his props on this. He did say that Texas Tech's offense was boo-boo. So that's kind of was the difference in the game. Oregon is more of a complete team. Defensively, passing game, running game, they can do all of them pretty well. Texas Tech has a really good defense, and can run the ball okay, but their passing game isn't very good. And so, with that being said, their quarterback, he wasn't taking what was there. He was holding on to the ball too long when there was yards to get with run after catch. If he hurries up, if he does it with anticipation and understand, okay, I got to get it to him fast, and so he can run after the catch. But he would look, then get it to a dude that was already open a second and a half ago, and now Oregon's defense is on top of it. Now, they still might not have won, but that would have gave them a chance because Texas Tech's defense, they were as advertised. They showed up, and they kept Texas Tech in this game probably way longer than they should have been in this game. So shout out to the Texas Tech defense. Them boys played lights out, even in the loss, and so did Oregon's defense also. But this is a maturation process, and then I'm going to put it on to whoever. But this is a maturation process. You never been to the playoff, Texas Tech. So those players, the coaches, this is a learning experience on what it takes, the feel, how to prepare. So, they lost, but we'll see if they can get back, and maybe they'll be more prepared for the playoffs.
Sure. What up, Josh?
Yeah, so for Texas Tech, I guess I got fooled into thinking that they were a complete team on both sides of the ball, or at least somewhat of a complete team, like thinking that their offense was good enough to at least score some on Oregon. I still had Oregon winning this game, but when you think about the offense for Texas Tech, they played Big 12 teams, and Big 12 is not amazing at defense. And so seeing this Big 12 team with solid defense, I guess I thought they would give them a little bit more fight, but it just didn't happen. Now, Oregon, being in a advantageous position for themselves, cannot win this national championship. I want Indiana to win this national championship so I can then go back and shit on the SEC for yet another year, okay? I can tell them, hey, Big Ten has won the last 3 national championships, but it can't be with Oregon. It just can't be with Oregon. It just can't. I cannot let that happen. I can't let coked out Dan Lanning win a national championship. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
COL.
Landing and get a chip.
For me, I saw this game a little different than Marcus saw it. Like, I thought Oregon was trying to put up points. They definitely were. It's no question about it. They went for it on 4th down several times. They got
in the first half. In the first half, this game really wasn't a game in the second half.
Sure. I also think, though, that it's a false narrative that even Garrison was spinning about Texas Tech's offense. I do think they struggled in this game, obviously, right? There's no doubt about that. I think the quarterback play wasn't good enough for the most part in this game. And he's had a lot better games this season. For whatever reason, he was off, especially early. That said, this team averaged 480 yards of offense this season. They average
In the
40
Big 12.
plus points.
Big
No,
12,
I get
yeah.
that, but that's 40 plus points a game also in this team. Granted, it was the Big 12. I acquiesce to that. So, take what you want to shave, however many yards and points off you want for that. But it's not like they were bums either. They still, they were still holding Oregon, defensively, like Johnny pointed out. So
that defense is for real.
No, the defense can absolutely play. And when they got opportunities, those wide receivers were making plays. So I feel like if all they needed to do early was put a touchdown on the board, they didn't provide any scoreboard pressure, and that's what their the undoing of them was basically, right? They just needed one touchdown. This could have been a drastically different game because
they didn't score nothing.
Right, no fact. I think that Dan Lanning is one of the most overrated coaches in America. I know this isn't a popular take. However, he coaches at Oregon. Whoever coaches at Oregon is going to look better than they are. He has an abundance of resources. He has, the Nike mega train behind him. This guy is a habitual choker. He's habitual with his. He faced the board twice in one season, both times choked. He, had the opportunity against the other state last year in the playoffs, choked. This guy is really, I'm standing by this. He's diet James Franklin. He's James Franklin 0. Like he's better than James Franklin. But, still, he's James Franklin, his alike. You know what I mean? Like they came from like the same kind. They're the same person basically, right? He's a little younger, a little more fiery, whatever, right? But he's not a great coach to me. He benefits the most off of his roster more than anybody. And that includes Ryan Day. He benefits the most because of his roster in all of college football. And without that roster, he would be some amalgamation of my guy who just lost his job in Florida. Like that's really yeah. That's who he really is. Granted, I got to give them credit. They won the game. They never really were in trouble in this game. They move on. They're probably going to lose to Indiana again, but that's just what Dan Lanning does.
Yeah. So this was probably, if you count in the Indiana game, the least competitive game on paper. One of the
look, we scrounged up a Duck fan.
Yeah, good for him.
You say Dan Lanning's name 3 times. They come from
nowhere. No, when we look at this game, man, Texas Tech defense is nasty. They held Oregon to 6 points in the first half. The defense did their part. The problem is, man, the offense was shell-shocked. They just couldn't do it with the exception of that one long run that running back had. And then the field goal kicker missed that long field goal on that same drive. It was pretty much all she wrote.
I felt like that running back gave up too early on that long run.
He should have cut back. He had to cut.
He had blockers, bro.
He had like 3 blockers.
Don't let your blockers, they fighting for you, bro.
Yeah, he had to cut back, bro. He probably would have took it to the house. So when you look at it, Texas Tech, I guess their secondary was air. But when it came to the trenches, Oregon, who's a great Russian team, couldn't really muster much. Now, that turnover to start the second half, with a Deanne Luga, whatever his name is, he stripped that fumble and took it to like the 12-yard line. Yeah, and once Oregon scored that touchdown to go up 13-0, you just already knew it was over from there. Now, with Oregon winning, it guarantees for the 3rd straight year there will be a Big Ten team in the national championship. Not only 3, that's 3 different Big Ten teams will be in the national champ. Now, I'm not a big conference guy because I don't give a fuck. Because if Indiana wins the Natty, it does nothing for Michigan. Oregon wins the Natty, it does nothing for Michigan. So I'm just saying, for whoever's in the chat about this SEC Big Ten, there you have it. But Texas Tech, you see, we in the new we in the new era, gentlemen. Texas Tech did this with NIL and transfer portal, right? Ole Miss, same thing. Indiana, same thing. So this is where we heading to, gentlemen. Is yes, you still got to recruit well, but if you could get put up the money to get these players to come in and use the portal, you could do it. The proof is there. The proof is there. So Texas Tech, they one of the biggest NIL spenders. All they need to do is get some offense, bro. They get themselves some offense, then I think they could compete and compete for a national championship. Not say win it all, but compete. Yesterday they were exposed, and that dude number 4 for Oregon, he's a dog. And he's a freshman, he's a dog.
Talking about Brandon
Corey
Finney.
Moore.
He's a dog.
Hey yo, bring up T Real's comment.
We got no one is criticizing Dan Lanning, but never criticize more. You praise more for getting recruits, but you using it against Dan Lanning.
He's talking directly to me. I remember this guy. He was on one of Johnny's lives. He clearly has a problem with me, and I'm okay for it. I'm here for it. This is what we do, right? We fine.
Yeah.
And by the way, I did criticize Moore. I criticized. He's talking about Sharon Moore in this case.
Oh, bro, you defended more than anybody. You defended more.
No, I did defend. I did defend Moore. I'm saying I criticized him as well, though, right?
Yes.
I defended Moore because of what I said, and which is still the truth, bro.
Yeah.
Harbaugh did Sharon Moore 0 favors the last 3 seasons they're on in terms of the talent he secured for Michigan over his last 3 seasons there. That's what I defended, bro. The talent on the depth of Michigan is what I was defending Sharon Moore on, not his X's and O's. And by the way, Dan Lanning, you replace Dan Lanning with whatever coach you would like. They would be Dan Lanning at Oregon. That's what I'm saying, because the cupboards are full there because they have Nike there. Before Sharon Moore, by the way, Michigan was not willing to spend money like they are now. By the way, that improved, by the way, over his 2 years there. But I digress. You clearly want a problem. We can have a problem forever. I'll tell you my takes, defend my takes forever. It's fine. Whatever, bro.
We could have a problem forever. Starting a blood feud on the call-in show is crazy.
No. I mean, he clearly shows up. He's like the fucking African dude. I want problems always. All right, we got problems there. Whatever.
All right. So, yeah, shout to Oregon. They're in the semifinals, and the next game is who they're going to be playing against. So let's get to it.
All right. So next up, we got, let me check the list here. Alabama, Indiana.
Race is spelled with a C. But I promise you that's not what I'm doing. All right. Again, bro, I digress. It is what it is, dog. Like I just told you exactly what I meant, and you still not taking that for whatever it is. So whatever.
Race starts with the C. Race has a C. Anyways, okay. So we got Indiana. Curb stomping Bama. Don't worry, bro. We got him. We getting ready to handle Mays right now. We getting ready to take care of him right
Lord.
now. Now.
Yeah. I gotta go.
I was flabbergasted to hear this man say what he said it late in the stream last time we was on too. It kind of snuck in there.
He's been saying it for like 2 weeks.
I did.
And I even asked him to clarify. I'm like, you think that they're going to stop Indiana from doing what they do on offense? Alabama is. They're going to be able to keep up passing wise. Well,
yikes.
I mean, so really what it boiled down to for me was, I think Indiana, well, first of all, they were a better team. I think they showed it in all phases.
Yeah.
But also,
I
didn't even expect them to dominate the trenches the way that they did against Alabama. Alabama looked like they were running around Indiana. Indiana was running through Alabama. And that posture, I didn't even see. I expected them to win, maybe by multiple possessions. That was not in the cards, though. I did not have that lined up. Thoughts from the panel?
I guess I'll go here. Get this out the way. Look, I was completely wrong about this game, by the way, and how I thought it would play out. This was my thinking, all right, because I want to clarify the way I was thinking. Indiana has 7 blue chip players, right? 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's it. Alabama is chock full of talent. We all know that. I just thought eventually, and it was wrong on my part because I've seen the proof, right? They beat Oregon, who is also chock full of talent. They beat the other state, who's also chock full of talent. All right, cool. But I thought eventually their lack of top end talent would catch up with them, right? And I'm like, who better to do it than Alabama? They got dogs over there, some horses over there. They, whatever. I was wrong. Listen, the trend has been all season that Alabama cannot run the ball. It's just, it's a fact. I overlooked it. I was like, you know what? Nah, they couldn't run the ball. Sure, but this is Indiana. I'm still looking at Indiana through Indiana colored glasses. This is not my father's Indiana. This isn't even the Indiana we knew 3 years ago. This is a different team. And Curt Cignetti, I said it once, I said it twice now. I'll say it for the third time. Curt Cignetti is everything that Curt Cignetti thinks he is. He is actually that good of a coach. I said this before, and Josh was upset about this. He's a better coach than Ryan Day.
Absolutely.
He may not be.
He has been a better coach at times than Ryan Day.
No. He's just better. X's and O's, he's just better.
Still doesn't have a national championship.
No, so. That's a fact. And that's why I say he may not be, if we're measuring greatness and accolades, he has not yet got to Ryan Day in that realm, right? In that regard.
Natty at Indiana is worth 3 of that.
I understand the argument. I understand the argument.
That's a fact.
I understand it. I get it. He's
fact.
done probably more with less.
The most with less. Yeah. He is him. He's him. He's stuffing all of your favorite coaches in lockers head first.
That is true.
Line. Yeah,
that's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Bittersweet, especially after coming off of the Ohio State loss the day before. But I am happy, right? Because again, I have a personal vendetta with the SEC and all of their fans, right? So to see a Big Ten team, and again, I don't play the conference game either. Like I'm much like Maniac. It doesn't really do anything for my team specifically. But at this point, I think the SEC hates Ohio State just as much as Michigan fans. So therefore, seeing their top team or the team that they love the most lose 38-3 felt good. It just felt good. It felt great. So if Indiana wants to go on and win this national championship, by all means, have fun.
Side note, does everybody realize how inconsequential and nonsensical now the argument to get Alabama into the playoffs was? Oh my God, Oklahoma, another SEC team.
It was BS. It was BS. We knew it.
Trounced.
Right.
This game, I expected Indiana to win this game. Not like this, but I kind of expected a controlled butt whooping. But this was straight domination. This was blow your doors off. You really shouldn't be on the field with us right now. Alabama, one-dimensional, can't run the ball, haven't been able to run it really all year, and that's never good because the easiest thing you can do is turn around and hand that ball off. So when you can't run the ball in a playoff situation, so now you're playing really good teams, it can end up in disaster, and that's what happened with them. Indiana's a complete team. Top 5 defense, if not maybe the number 1 defense right now. Offensively, can run it very well, pass it really good. You got the Heisman winner as your quarterback. Indiana's locked and loaded, looking like they might be taking this thing home. Maybe, but this was just a controlled butt whooping. We blew their doors off, and Alabama's looking for answers right now. Ty Simpson got knocked out of this game. Boy, you better get down. Them boys ain't playing
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to fight for
He was fucking around.
got the first
He
down.
was fucking around.
Get down. Got blasted, boy. You gonna learn today. It's real for you now, boy. It's real for you now. So go ahead, Maniac. Yeah, Maniac last to go.
Yeah, so yes, I did pick Indiana, but I didn't see this kind of ass whooping. But I told Juju, I told Garrison on your live like 2 weeks ago, Alabama's mid. Alabama's not mid. They were crying. They fucking mid. And bro, I told y'all they came in. Yeah, they going based on those rank wins they had early, bro. Teams, you just see some teams peak late, some teams doesn't. They regress. Alabama got worse towards the end of the season. You can see it, bro. This is why they should have never been in the playoffs. They get a lucky come from behind win against Oklahoma. Oh my God. Indiana dominated. Indiana is a football team, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. You want to look at a football team? You look at Indiana. You want to look at execution? You look at Indiana. You want to look at hitting? Look at Indiana. Everything, Indiana. This team is perfect, bro. This team is perfect. I'm just telling you. Now, no one is unbeatable. Let's make this clear. They can still be beaten, but just the focus on this team, offense and defense, bro, they're a dangerous team, man. They believe. They on that field. They got a swag to them when they on that field. They not going there, damn, can we beat them? They said we're going to punish you. They punishing teams physically on both sides. You said it, Johnny. Ty Simpson, oh, you like to run? Not no more. Makata, sit your ass the fuck down. Go fix your ribs, motherfucker. The fuck out of here, SEC Watt. The physicality of the Watt. Physical over here. That's the thing. Indiana plays with a controlled chaos. They team, especially on defense. They get at you, but they get at you with discipline and fundamentals. You don't see their players out of position. You don't see stupid penalties. They cornerbacks turn around. Michigan, I'm talking to you. You understand? This team, bro, and they could tackle, and they gang tackle, and they could get at you. And they was missing probably their best D tackle, and they still dominated the trenches. Guys, this wasn't this ass whooping. This wasn't an embarrassment. This took Alabama back years. I don't care what anybody tell me. Alabama fans, yes, you're the greatest dynasty. No one can argue that. What y'all did in the 10-year span probably would never be seen again. But it's over. It's over. I'm sorry. Yeah, you'll make the playoffs here and there, but that fucking run is over. You don't get dominated like that and come back. Because that wasn't a fluke. Indiana's the only team. This is how I know they for real. The only team of every team with a bye. Remember, 1-7. That one is Indiana. And they look like, bro, they look hungry. Like they still like, yo, pass me my plate. I want to eat more. We not, bro. Shout to Signetti. Listen, if Indiana wins the national championship, this will be the greatest coaching job in the history of sports. You can't argue that. Yeah, in the history of sports.
All sports.
Of all sports. What, bro? Indiana they have the second worst losing percentage in the history of college football.
That's a fact.
And in your second year, you might take them to a natty, and they not barely beating teams. They not winning fluke ways. They fucking you up. They putting their hands up. They winning these fist fights. Like, what's up, fam? Put your hands up. They're like, yo, you got it. No more, bro. I'm good. This team is for real, bro. But they got to play a team for the second time, and we know how it is. We'll get to that game. But anyway, shout to fucking Indiana. The motherfuckers look scary.
Is this the worst loss in the playoffs besides the Georgia TCU game?
Close. One of the worst. I mean,
didn't
lose 31. Y'all lose.
Alabama, Michigan State. Yep.
Michigan State got blanked. Y'all got blanked.
Yeah.
as Ohio, yeah.
But that wasn't worse than this.
Nah,
No,
it
Like
was
points wise.
No,
Points
Any-
wise.
It's like 38.
You're right.
anytime,
Listen,
you,
38.
anytime
You're
you don't
right,
score
Josh.
points, it's worse.
As much as I hate Ohio State, this was worse because it was just like a fight, and they just got beat up, bro. Like Alabama, the motherfuckers was in the infirmary. Like, my ribs. You could tell, like they probably still in Pasadena patching up because it was Indiana was too physical for them, bro.
Hey, yo, real quick. I want to point the best case scenario for Michigan fans, for the 4 remaining teams, is that somehow Miami wins the national championship.
I wouldn't
Right?
mind,
First of all-
Indiana winning it. I wouldn't
I
mind.
don't
But
mind
if-
Ole Miss doing it.
Indiana wins it, they 16-0. They don't win the Natty, right? Which is fine. You know, it's just and
For
they
the
a Big
record.
Ten team, right? It's for the record. Oregon, I'm with Josh. I don't want to see Oregon ever win a national championship.
No.
I still,
No.
yeah, just
Please
whatever.
no.
And then Ole Miss, I can't root for KKK University. So,
No,
They're
so
not
all of
winning.
those-
We got
Trinidad is
All over them.
But Sean, we're gonna get to that game now.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we got a couple of games to preview here.
Hit
Obviously,
the super chat.
Oregon-
Hit the super chat first.
super chats. All right. So before we get to the next games, where did I leave off on?
I got you.
You got it. Okay. D Moore development needs to be studied by Bryce. I think he's talking about Dante Moore. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Appreciate the
Yeah.
199.
Right.
Indiana is winning the Natty. It's their destiny.
think
Yeah,
so
let's
too.
see. Let's
It's
see.
easy to be that way.
That-
Appreciate
it
that.
look-
199.
it's looking like it, but let's see.
Indy QB is corny as fuck. College football loves it. He is college
Yeah.
football. He
Yeah,
He
is.
is also corny as fuck, but
That's
I
fine.
agree.
he's
also
been doing the
college
damn
football.
thing.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know
I
what
agree,
it is?
but it's true. When you win, it don't matter. You're
It
right.
don't.
Y'all know who? You don't know what he is? He's Tim Tebow. He's
Damn.
a
Tim
reincarnation
Tebow.
of Tim Tebow, not in playing
He
style.
he's
but in
even cornier
demeanor.
than Tebow though.
Well, I mean,
He's a different level of corny.
I think
He
being
is.
cornier than Tim Tebow is honestly
I
in the
think
eye
Tim
of the
Tebow,
beholder. Because
he had
that
God
whole
as a
speech,
shield.
you will never see a guy play as hard as me. That
Nah,
sounds
bro.
it sounds like he practiced that in the
He's
back.
He had
working
God as a
college.
shield.
He's
If you've been
Kawhi
watching,
Leonard.
if you've been watching this dude's post game interviews, he's the corniest.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
college
Corny
Leonard.
ever.
I
Who won
woke
the
up the
freaking Big
corniest
Ten?
coach.
Also,
Oh,
before
man.
we talk
Yo,
about
that-
did we
It's
talk
all-
about Old Miss Georgia?
No, Georgia,
Trill
we
still
talk
on
about it.
Sharon's neck, bro.
Georgia.
Nobody, that's a fact, though. I ain't even
Man.
gonna argue with you. Sharon's
All right,
super
all right.
corny.
Old Miss
Facts.
Georgia. Let's hurry up and get this one out. We still got to talk transfer portal and then previews for the next games.
Oh,
So-
God, let's do it.
Old Miss Georgia. Man, took my natty pick
Nice.
right out of the picture. Instant classic game. Um,
Okay. What a game.
I don't know. This kind of felt like Old Miss's payoff for Lane Kiffin.
I'm so happy.
bouncing on them when he did. And even if he forces the coaches to come with him to LSU before this next game, and they get trounced by Miami, which I kind of expect that to go that way. It still shows the resolve of a team, right? Notre Dame didn't get a chance to do this when Brian Kelly cut out on them. And so it's good to see and to put on full display, right? The argument from Lane Kiffin's camp is I can't do what I want to do, which is compete on a national stage, national championships here in Oxford. I got to go do it in Baton Rouge. Okay, so then let him leave and then watch Ole Miss go and compete for a national championship is the greatest, I guess, mirror you can put on Lane Kiffin and who he is as an individual.
Mhm.
However, it seems like he's going to be forcing individuals to come and join him in Baton Rouge prematurely. So I don't know how long the Cinderella story will be, but shout out. I'm glad I'm not glad, obviously. I had Georgia winning it all. But it was a hell of a game. Hell of a game to watch.
Yeah. No, yeah, definitely.
That game, that was the best game to watch all year, hands down. That game was something else. I didn't want it to end, honestly. I didn't want it to end because Gunnar Stockton was getting blasted, making throws,
Mm-hmm.
getting back up, dragged me to the huddle. He lined up next to the guard, and the running back had to straighten him, move him over to the center. Like, him and Trinidad Chambers put on a show. I'm talking about them boys put on a show, putting it all on the line. But Trinidad, and somehow we let him get out of Michigan while going to Paris.
I was gonna say it if you didn't.
He's from Michigan?
Yeah. Grand Rapids. Yes. Went to Paris.
God damn.
He put on a show in that second half. At a certain time in that second half, he was 12 for 12.
13 for 13.
He went on to 13?
Yeah.
Running in the backfield, doing 15 yards in the backfield, doing the Madden scrambles, making something out of nothing, throwing on the run. Just, man, that game was unbelievable. That's what you want to see out of your quarterbacks. I will do whatever I have to do. I'm going to get hit in the mouth. Okay, great. That's what I signed up for. I'm not getting rid of it so I don't get hit. Guess what? I'm going to hold it and make the throw and get hit. I signed up for it. I love it. Man, that game was something else. That's what it was about. I'm looking at my nephew watching the game. I'm like, this game is playing like this is 2 NFL teams or something. Like, this is crazy, bro. Like, that game was amazing. Great game to end that. What was that? Thursday or Friday? To end that Thursday for college football. That was a great game to close it out. It was a beautiful thing. Both teams deserve to win, but Ole Miss moves on. And Lane Kiffin, he's praying to the football guys that he don't look super stupid, that he just let a natty team go. He praying.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, this is, I mean, just like Johnny said, man, this was the game of the day. You're talking about two heavyweights, man, going at it. Again, it also shows it's tough to beat the same team twice. Mind you, Ole Miss was dominating that game the first time. They gave up a 9-point lead in the fourth quarter on the road in Athens. Georgia found the way to win. And in this game was the opposite. And mind you, Georgia went up 21-12. This looked like this game was going to get away from Ole Miss. But guess what? Kudos to the coaching staff at KKK University. They made sure that these players stood in, they showed dog, they showed resolve. Now I picked Georgia to win. I was telling these dudes, again, Garrison, all these dudes, their defense suck. All right, here we go. Anyway, Trinidad Chambers is the one player that's not being spoken about enough in this playoffs, man. This guy is an amazing, amazing player. He wasn't even the starter coming into the season. Their starter got hurt. He came in and never gave up the job again. So we're talking about destiny. It might be Ole Miss destiny to win it all. Who knows? That'd be wild. But this game had everything you wanted. You had fake punts. You had long field goals. You had long plays, running the ball, physicality, back and forth. This take the lead. They take the lead. What a fucking game, bro. What a game. Shout to both teams. But, man, Kirby again. Yes, he's the best coach right now, but he be slipping. I think this is a game they should have won, but,
in that situation was stupid.
Yeah. And you also got to remember, you had 3 players on Georgia, Kobe Young and 2 other players that they were mocking the U. They from Miami. After the SEC championship, they're like, yeah, the grass is greener. And Miami started trolling them after they lost. So, look, man, it's tough, man. College football, they were 12-1. And it looks like Georgia was one of the favorites. And you got a team like Ole Miss, no one really spoke about. They lost their head coach. Yeah, they're going to beat Tulane, but that's where it ends after that. No. Now they on to Miami, man. And these semifinals are going to be fucking fun. I know the July is 6 months away. July 4th is 6 months away. Nah, my man, it's next Wednesday, next Thursday, and next Friday. I promise you.
All right.
Yeah, so I'll be quick about this. Like, this was a great game. I think people talked about it. Probably game of the year. Really good game. I was a little disappointed in the way it ended, man. Press man, sitting in the
Why?
house, bro. I was upset about that, man. You have been playing, Chambers was making plays all day. You had to know he was gonna find the person that got open in that situation. But shout out to Chambers, man. I think somebody brought it up too. 2 championships at Ferris State. He has a chance now to win a national championship at Ole Miss. That'll be huge for that university. Who a lot of people for years they have been kind of just written off in the SEC. And Lane Kiffin, however I feel about Lane Kiffin, he did coach a playoff team. He got a team to the playoffs. With this dude though, I think this is defensive coordinator that's the head coach now.
Yeah.
What he's doing though with this team in galvanizing these guys the way he is, is great, man. And the fan base is really behind him. Even though this is, KKK University, and I can't personally root for him, but I love what Chambers is doing, and I want to see him be successful for sure.
Yeah, and their running back is a beast, Lacey. That Lacey kid.
Kewan Lacey.
Kewan.
Yeah, I'll be quick as well. This game ended exactly how I needed it to because again, Georgia, fuck the SEC, fuck the top teams in the SEC. But then also, Lane Kiffin is a hoe. So them winning this game, but then ultimately not making it to the national championship is good. I like it. I like them getting further than LSU did. We all good here.
By the way, Tony Anise, who is the head coach at Ferris State, is a great coach, and I'm surprised. I'm surprised he's never gotten a look from Michigan, especially with this latest situation. But go ahead.
For sure. All right, so where we want to go next? We want to preview next week's games. We want to talk transfer portal.
Let's do the portal real quick. Let's take a break from the game, and then we'll preview the semifinals.
Yeah. So transfer portal opened up yesterday, January 2nd. There are over 2,000 players in the portal. Before we start talking specific,
3,300 last count. Crazy.
Damn.
Golly, crazy.
So yeah, before we start talking specifics about our teams, right? I feel like the amount of complaining that college coaches have over the portal, even after they close down the spring portal, and the amount of kids who are essentially signing themselves up to be excised out of college football because 3,300 people are not getting picked up by college teams next year. It'll probably be more like 1,000, and then it'll be the top 1,000 out of the group. That this drastically changes. I don't know what that change is going to be, but the days of, well, I've been talking to Team X for the last 2 weeks and they offered me more money, so I'm in the portal. I do think that is starting to come to a close because it's not really serving the players to move that way. They're being coaxed and suggested to do so by agents, by opposing programs, but there's nothing really beneficial to like a college freshman or even a college sophomore entering the portal and starting their development over from scratch because they're getting paid more money. If we're talking from a financial standpoint, it might make sense, but football wise, it's not really working for anybody. So I just wanted to at least put that focus on it before we start belly aching about guys we lost. It just doesn't really make sense that there are that many people for so many spots, only so many spots. The spots are finite and there's infinite amount of people trying to get them.
Facts. No, definitely. Yeah, man, look, my take on the portal, I think, it has its pros, it has its cons. The pro is that if you got like 2 players in front of you, then you like, yo, bro, there's no way. Then, let me get up out of here. I could probably either be a 1 or 2 at another team where I know that in this day and age of college football, you need 2 running backs. I don't care what anybody tells me. You need 2 running backs. Every team does, right? But just to leave for money, being a hoe for money, that's the problem. And a lot of teams, like you said, Marcus, you got people They could say what they tampering with these players. Yo, hit
yeah,
that
for
guy
sure.
up from this. Tell him, yo, he gonna offer you that 1.8. How much they giving you? 500,000. Yo, we got 1.8 on the table for you.
Yep.
I'm out of here, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
be the starter. So there has to come a point where the NCAA, have to come up with a rule where it's the Wild Wild West. And you said, Maze? How many? 3,300?
3,300 might be more than that. Yeah.
Bro, that's ridiculous. Like Marcus said, there's no way 3,300 players are gonna find a home. It's not gonna happen. It's not.
Yeah.
Let's call it like it is. So, there has to be a change. There has to be a cap, or some kind of contract, because now there's money involved. If I'm running my program contract-wise, I don't care. I'll be the first to do it. Yo, you can't do that. Well, yes, I am. You got to play with me a minimum 2 years before you can transfer. If not, all that money I gave you, you got to give it back to me. Every single fucking penny. That's it.
That's what's going on with Georgia's edge. The guy who transferred to Missouri, Georgia's suing him. He transferred after 1 year. It was in his contract, and now they're taking him to court.
Good.
Wow.
It needs to be a change, bro, because it's getting out of control, bro. It's just getting out. Like, it just feel like everybody's in. Yo, I'm going to the portal. For what? I don't know. Everybody else is doing it. Let me just go to the portal.
Yeah. I got a call from Bobo down in Oxford, and he said they got $2 million for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, the portal is going crazy, and everybody going. You got guys going for money, just checking to see how much money they can get. Then you got guys going because they don't want to sit the bench, and a lot of y'all need to sit that bench.
You need to be on the bench, right?
You need to be sitting on the bench and learning, and you trying to transfer to another big time school with other big time players. Guess what? You still gonna sit the bench, buddy. Now, if you transfer into a lower level, that's a little bit different, but that ain't what you're trying to do. You trying to go from Michigan to Alabama, or Michigan to Texas, or UCLA, or any power four.
Like, it's not going to be hard there.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Like, you're not going to where it's going to be easier for you to get on the field. And that's part of the problem, and then the money. So NCAA has to step in and do something about it. Will they? Don't hold your breath.
Yeah.
So I got a couple thoughts on this. I know. I got thoughts all the time. Here's the thing, though. I get that we are fans of, like, Michigan, for instance, right? College football fans are fans of the program that they root for and all of that. But the thing is this, bro. Nobody has this vitriol when the coaches decide to leave for more money.
Oh, no.
The coaches decide to go. No. I know that. What I'm saying, though, is it's different, bro. It's like, who is Ole Miss taking Lane Kiffin to court? You know what I mean? Like, the coaches get less of this, though, than the players do, right? Yes. If a coach decides to leave to go to a better program, or a program that he perceives as better, then it's different than a kid saying, yo, like, this team over here has a better chance to win, maybe, or this team over here is offering me more money, or this team over there, the depth chart isn't as crazy as over here. And I'm not saying that I necessarily like that, but I am saying that it is a free market for a reason, and they can do that thing, and that's why they're doing it, right? And it's basically created this free agency, and until there's some sort of collective bargaining, which I've spoken about, until there's some sort of regulation on this thing, then this is what we can expect. I don't think it's going to change because people don't like it.
So there are rules on the books to stop some of this, at least the tampering part. Like, there are rules against tampering. It's just not being enforced. And I think that's purposeful by the NCAA, because they want it to explode. They want it to implode. And so before we get to the point of collective bargaining, because collective bargaining, we talking about everything. We talking about salary caps. We're talking about how long those caps stay in place. We talk about the next generation of players. Like, it's a much more expansive conversation.
Which also would be what stops somebody from, by the way, did y'all see the kid? I'm sorry, squirrel moment. Y'all see the NBA player who was drafted, who's now coming back to college?
Literally in the middle of the season. In the middle of the season. Like that's insane.
That's
like,
crazy.
I get free market.
He been an NBA player for 3 years.
That's insane.
Yeah,
that is fucking crazy because he's been playing in the development league. I don't think he got
right. He was in the G League or whatever. Right.
But even still, that's crazy. And so in the short term, you have to enforce the rules that you already have in place to make people wonder whether, oh shit, is this actually a decision I should be making? Since they're not doing anything about it, that's how you end up with nearing 4,000 kids in the portal.
Right.
Yeah, this many players in the transfer portal is just a bad thing for the players themselves. We've seen times like Jamison Williams, right? He'll go to Bama and he'll become a star there, right? But for every Jamison Williams, there's a Dallin Hayden that went to Colorado and is fighting for fourth on the depth chart at Colorado.
He's transferring again.
Right. There's a Collins Achampong who goes to a million different schools.
Why you bring up college?
I brought up Dallin Hayden first. But the point is, right, for every player where there's a success story in the transfer portal, right, there's 3 transfer portal players who either go on to not play, right, or who goes on and plays but doesn't get enough time at the place that they go to, and then they go to another school and then another school, and then it never works out for them. So
TJ Finley been in college for like
never signed the NBA contract. Lupo, okay, yeah.
So
that's crazy though.
It's crazy. And then I look at, or are we getting into our specific teams now?
You can.
I pulled up the list, so I'm just like, I kind of want to talk about it. So when I look at the Buckeyes specifically and the guys who are leaving, right, for the most part, I understand most of these players, like a Lincoln Keenholtz, right, who's probably not going to get much time in between Julian Sayin and Tavian St. Clair. Right?
Tavian St. Clair never see the field.
Anyway, I look at Jelani Thurman, right, who was supposed to become a guy, but now is 4th or 5th on in our tight end room, right? Those make sense to me. But then when I see a guy like, or also CJ Hicks, right? CJ Hicks makes sense to me because
he's never could get last chance.
I thought he
now we're never.
How many years eligibility he got?
One,
probably.
Yeah, this is it for him.
So those make sense to me. Okay. So anyways, those make sense to me. But then when I see guys like Bryce West, who was probably going to start for us,
he won't be a
he's probably going to start for us now that Lorenzo Styles is pretty much out of here, right? It doesn't really make sense to me, right? When I see James Peoples, who Isaiah
James Peoples transferring?
Yeah.
That sucks for you.
That's your running back,
he
right?
barely got the ball. He barely got the ball.
Yeah, because Bo got that pack until he leaves.
Well, Bo Jackson can be the starter, but I feel like James Peoples.
No, but you need that. You need at least 2 running backs.
Yeah, you need.
I think James Peoples could have definitely fought Isaiah West for that position. I know a lot of people like Isaiah West, but James Peoples has shown flashes throughout the season that he could be that guy. So him just completely giving up, either we're getting a big time running back in the portal, or it just doesn't really make sense to me. So the biggest things that we need to address is obviously going to be the trenches. It's obviously going to be the depth in the trenches. Oh my God, the trenches. But y'all know, because we've all been saying that Ohio State's trenches looked atrocious, and it hasn't looked any more atrocious than it has in the 2 losses to end this season. So trenches, kicker. That's what we need.
Yeah.
All right.
First on our stuff. Okay.
We at what were we at? We at like about 16 players in the portal currently and counting.
Yeah.
Andrew Sprague, I think, is the last one, which he was a starter. So that's
Guanera is in the portal.
Oh, Guanera. Yep. What was the latest one? Excuse me. So that's 2 O-linemen who started, who got a lot of playing time. Cole Sullivan, probably of all the players, that one was a head scratcher. For one, he was guaranteed to start next year, and he was a baller. People are saying that he still has the option to come back, and this looks more like a negotiation thing.
Yeah, he's trying to get some money.
So we'll see what comes out of that. But listen, Kyle Whittingham might be on some bro. If you don't want to be here, we're gonna offer you this. If you don't like it, keep it moving. So D. Berry, Elijah Dotson. We got a lot of players, right? Eno Etta. So,
Davis Warren.
Davis Warren.
Davis Warren.
Underwood.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows? Who knows, bro? Listen, at this point, this coaching staff for Michigan, they're gonna have a busy off season. And it's already been known that the donors are willing to open up the checkbook. So listen, man, there's no excuses. You go in the portal, you gotta get what you gotta get. We're gonna need a minimum. I mean, me and Johnny was talking. He was like, yo, about 25 to 30. And I agree. We might need that at least minimum. And I'm telling you, Michigan is not done with players leaving. I'm pretty sure we might see another 5 because the portal opens up Monday, if I'm not mistaken. So,
it's open now.
It opened yesterday.
It's
open up yesterday. Okay,
Yep.
my bad. So, listen, I know the wide receiver from North Texas. He was like number 3 in the nation and receiving yards or something. He's visiting Michigan. So
Miles Morgan.
Oh,
yes,
he's
Miles
going on
Miles
Ohio
did
State.
too.
He's an OSU lock. He taking
Oh
it.
no! Oh
He
no!
gonna
No!
play
No!
the
No!
Mac.
No!
He going to the MAC. I think so. Most of the guys that are in the portal right now were either early on in their development or guys that were stuck in the roster. I think the ones that stand out are Guinera, Sprague, Sullivan, and maybe Zeke Berry. So I kind of understand where Zeke Berry is coming from. Zeke Berry was playing with Lamar Morgan for the last 2 seasons, and he has no idea who his secondary coach is right now. Like, I would be probably like, this is his last draftable year. If he's not going to the draft.
Well, we just hired a secondary coach, I think.
Did we? Who did we get?
Yeah. BYU's defensive back coach.
Okay. Is that Guilford? Is that who they were talking about in the chat?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So, but I mean, that happened. That had to have happened today because we had.
It happened. It happened while we were on here, I think. Yeah.
Okay. So, that being a question, I would look and see where my stuff is. Sullivan, if he's trying to see if he can get paid more elsewhere, that does put a little bit of pressure on the donors to make him, because I mean, there isn't another starting level linebacker, at least middle linebacker on the roster as of right now. We got young guys that have been in the incubator, but we don't have anybody with game time experience like Cole. So if he's using that as a negotiating point, I say he's in a pretty strong position. Sprague makes no sense to me. And it makes no sense because everybody was telling me that Harding is the best offensive line coach in the country. His numbers certainly say that he's a very good offensive line coach. He's got potentially 2 first-round linemen going in the draft this year. But for me, if there was anybody who got let go out of that staff that maybe earned their spot to stay, it was probably Grant Newsome. I know we weren't in love with offensive line play this year. Michigan was a top 10 rushing team, and they were on a short list for Joe Moore. So, yeah, you may have a better guy coming in. This guy recruits. He's filled your coffers, and now you got 2 potential starters for next year in the portal.
Yeah.
So
I would have moved him back to tight. I would have moved him back to tight ends.
And Marcus, real quick,
he got his damn brother coaching tight end.
Sprague and Guinera, I believe, have a no contact clause. So they pretty much know where they're going. They know where they're going. So
yeah.
And remember, what was our center that went to Missouri? Gadis. He was the center. He went to Missouri.
About Dom Judice. Yeah.
Yes, Judice. So you're right. They might be on their way over there. Bro. But we got Haywood and Babola. So I think we'll be good.
Yeah, and I hope so, right? But those are just guys we haven't seen play. I've seen Sprague play right tackle for 2 seasons now. I like what we were getting in him. I like the potential of moving him inside to play guard. But outside of that, most of the guys are, NFL declarations and
Marcus, I'm sorry. One more time. Aaron Scott in the portal?
Aaron Scott, what are you doing, bro?
Wow.
Aaron Scott, what are you doing?
Bryce West and Aaron Scott, come on home, baby. Both of y'all, come on.
Neither one of them are going to Michigan, but
Come on.
Aaron
home.
Scott, what are you? Why?
Come on.
Why?
Hey, both of them might come to
Work.
Michigan.
You
Aaron
got
doesn't
plenty
play.
of burn
He don't
here. What are you
play.
doing?
He didn't play all year.
Aaron Scott got plenty of burn.
No, they moved Devin
No,
Sanchez.
y'all got Devin Sanchez.
Devin Sanchez.
Aaron Scott got plenty of burn for where he was. And
Devin-
Nosen is
and-
gone. And Maine might
Somebody been
leave.
talking to him for the last month, saying you're gonna be
Yep.
our starting corner. We're gonna pay you.
Yep.
Maine in the
$5
portal too. I
million.
just saw it.
Who?
Stupid decision.
Jermaine Matthews in the portal.
No.
Damn.
I'm joking. I'm joking. He's not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
he's joking. Yeah, no, ain't no way.
I try and get
I'm
him.
like, he's a starter. Why would the fuck he leave?
Right, like, come on, stop it.
He
Josh,
leaving. He out of
Josh,
there.
it looked like Iggy.
You
It looked like Iggy handed down his traits to Devin Sanchez the way he was holding.
Possibly, but he's a freshman.
Yo.
So
That's the new
Okay.
era.
But,
Y'all got a
but
new
Josh,
generation.
I was hearing from a lot of your fan base, not all, that Devin Sanchez is the Jeremiah Smith for corner.
I heard that all
Oh
too.
my! Hey, they
I
gotta
heard a lot.
stop it, bro. They gotta
Yeah,
stop
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
And
he
don't
I
get
will
me
say this.
wrong.
Let me say
He's
this. Let me say this about the
He's
transfer portal.
talented. He's a talented guy. Don't get me wrong. But
Pull
bro,
me up, Jeremiah.
he's nothing. He's not even Will Johnson, bro. Will Johnson was him as a true freshman. Let's keep it real.
That's facts.
Go ahead, Mace.
Yeah. So as far as the transfer portal goes, I too think that Sullivan is really the only one that we are going to that hurts right now. Jasper Parker, I wanted to see Jasper Parker stay, just selfishly.
we never even really got to see him.
Exactly
Not too
right.
much. No.
But
always-
he
that
probably
bothers-
he would probably be fourth on the depth chart next year, so that makes sense for him to go. If Justice Haynes is returning, by the way, so that makes sense. As far as the Zeke Berry, Mangum, and Elijah Dotson go, I think that they probably knew that Lamar Morgan was on his way out. Right, that probably was disseminated through the roster before, because he was bringing over Guilford. So those guys leaving, none of those. I like Elijah Dotson a lot, though. I'll be honest about that. When he was on the field, he flashed. I wanted to see him. Zeke Berry leaving, I'm okay with it. Listen,
Yeah, it don't bother me.
Zeke Berry was a decent corner, but he made plays, but he also gave up plays. I'm okay with Zeke leaving.
I don't see it. It looked like the safeties. Every safety we had regressed. If I'm gonna keep it real, except
That's a
Rob
fact.
Moore.
Except
I
Rob
thought that was
Moore.
gonna be the strongest part of our defense this year.
Me
and it
too, man.
just wasn't.
TJ
It just
Metcalf, I
wasn't.
thought was going to be a beast, bro. We went to that spring game. He was out there flying around, bro.
And
I
he
was like, yo,
still
we got
made
something.
plays. I was more
Nah, he did.
disappointed on
He did.
Mangum and who else was starting?
Hillman,
Mangum and Hillman. Yeah, man.
Mangum wasn't that bad, I don't think. I
He's
don't
just a
really
hit
think
stick.
Mangum was that bad. Yeah, Mangum actually covered up for Hillman in certain cases, right? But and no disrespect to Hillman, because I like Hillman. And Mama
He
Hillman,
just
if you
a hit
watch it.
stick. Yeah, he
You
just a hit
watching
stick.
Mama Hillman, right? But no disrespect, respectfully. But yeah, so I don't think any of Sprague though. Sprague is surprising to me. That one does surprise me a little bit. Guanera hurts a little bit too. Those three, Sullivan, Guanera, Sprague, are the ones I think are the most dire to Michigan.
don't have
And
a
I say
center.
dire, I'm using dire loosely. Well, we got the kid Strayhorn. We got
He transferred. He's out. Strayhorn out as
Strayhorn?
well. Strayhorn and Guarnera are both in the portal.
I did not know that.
We don't
I
have
did
a
not
damn
know
center. That's
Strayhorn
why
was
they
out
should
of
have
there.
just kept
He
Grant.
going back. He going to Michigan State.
And you're right, Strayhorn. I forgot. He was
That's
a
terrible.
freshman, bro. And
Yeah.
that's crazy. And the thing
Strayhorn's
is,
a big one. Strayhorn's big.
yeah,
That's a
and
big deal.
he's probably gonna be going into the season a starter, unless Whittingham told him, "Listen, I got some dogs coming." Because why is my question? Why?
Yeah.
He was definitely our
New-
starting center coming up.
New
Whatever.
staff. You say I'm out of here. You know, these
But
are
the thing
kids.
is, you're right, Johnny. But look, I get it, right? Let's say we
Mason
had
Curtis in the portal.
Stop.
I ain't seen that.
it's all right. I'm not mad. He's all right.
Michigan
Look,
State has 39 players in the portal,
Yo, Zay, is Mason
including
in
their
the portal?
quarterback.
and as long as we don't get that bad to up to the high to 20
Like
and up,
30s. 20 and 30.
Yeah.
No, we
I'm
get ready
I
by
can deal.
we got like 17, 18, Johnny.
I
We-
think they
already?
saying the average for every team is 26.
Jesus.
Oh,
Jeez.
And we ain't even got some of the playoff teams yet left. Like Oregon's going to have transfers.
Yes.
Fucking Indiana. Like some of
Yes.
these teams are going to have transfers.
yes,
Right.
facts.
They're
100%.
just not going to
fact.
announce it until after they lose.
Hit these
Um,
supers. Or you doing Josh, or you got something?
Yeah, my other thing is Chaz Coleman. Come on.
Oh,
Super smart.
see.
How the fuck did he come to Ohio State?
yo, y'all got no Josh.
Because he's an Ohio guy.
Josh, you got
Look how
that
deep your room is.
linebacker. That linebacker from Pitt is coming to visit y'all. He's good.
I think they said he's not coming to visit us now.
Oh,
I think they said he
and
was, but then
yo,
he's not.
you know who's going to be a race too.
You need
That
to get a damn
safety
linebacker
from
coach to give him Ann Arbor.
that safety from Minnesota, bro. He a
Harris,
ball.
yeah, he needs to show up too.
He
Yeah,
he don't got Michigan on the list, I don't think, which is
Yeah, I know he got Ohio State. on it.
disappointing.
Parrish might be visiting as
Oh,
well, and
Parrish?
he was already Parrish was heavily recruited by Ohio State.
And
Man.
Marsh is what?
Man,
Indiana,
Gopher.
Notre Dame, Marsh. That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, man. On to the
I don't think
preview
Michigan put out a
semifinal.
call to him either. That's a little disappointing.
Let's see.
All
Let's do it.
Chambliss, 2 natties with FSU. How did we miss him? Hey, look, bro. I didn't even know he was there. We getting a real strength and conditioning coach. It seems like
That's
it.
a fact.
Seems like
Yeah.
Preston's days are done. Let's see. Matthew Miller, 689. As a
Matt
Texas
Miller,
fan,
yeah.
Okay, here we go. As a Texas fan, the cap is bogus. Sark said it himself. The NCAA has no teeth. That is why you are about to witness UT pulling the best class in history. Cam Cole, Isaac Brown, Kelvin Joseph. Come on down. Okay, well, I guess
It looks like their
we'll
crystal
see.
ball to get Isaac Brown, and then Cam Coleman is taking a visit there, so he might be right.
Yeah.
Have
man.
fun. I wouldn't
And
say that they don't
Texas-
have any teeth.
Texas got the money. Texas got the money.
Facts.
I wouldn't say that they don't have any teeth because they shut down an entire portal session, so they can still do what they want. Like they can still do what they want. I think they're choosing not to do it so that this thing hits a critical mass and everybody begs them to come in and reshape it. But they're not totally inept. They still sending out accusation letters. They shut down the spring portal. They can do what they want to do. They're choosing not to do it. And everybody should ask themselves why. Like why they're sitting back and just allowing things to happen.
Now, the last question and the real question of the entire transfer portal is, where is Dylan Raiola going?
Damn.
Everybody wants to know, where is Dylan Raiola going?
I ready, Josh.
Apparently,
I
it's
ready-
not Texas Tech.
I got the drop. Josh.
Oh shit.
Burger King Tech.
Would y'all? Well, actually, I'd be
Oh.
fairly happy. What if he ended up at Michigan State?
He could.
That'd be
What
good.
if
That's
Dylan
all
Raiola
right.
ended up at Michigan State with Pat Fitzgerald?
Yeah,
It's
hey,
possible.
you want
That's
to
not-
lose?
They don't have
You want
to
to
pay.
lose?
They
Yeah, I
don't
was about to
have
say he'd
to
be
pay
the
them.
best quarterback Pat Fitzgerald ever had.
I think the only place for him to go is Texas Tech. We got to see it full circle.
They don't want him. They don't
And
want him.
then, now we
God
talking about
made him
money.
like this.
They got it.
Right.
All right,
Nice.
so let's go ahead and preview the next games for next week. Indiana versus Oregon. It's a rematch from the regular season. Rematch from the. Did they? No, that was Ohio State. So yeah, rematch from the regular season. Oregon got one over. Probably their best win in the regular season.
When is this game going to be played?
Wednesday. I think
Wednesday, all right.
Thursday the 8th.
Thursday
Right.
the 8th. Okay. Yeah, I really don't have much thoughts on it. I feel like this is a very evenly lined up game. It's very hard to
Yes.
win and beat a team twice in a season.
Yes.
Sure.
I don't know, man. I could see this going either way. I have a little bit of confidence in Dante Moore, Oregon's offense. They're playing well on defense. Indiana's playing lights out on both sides of the ball. They already beat Oregon once. This is a toss-up for me. I have no idea.
This game is played on Friday too.
Oh, I'm
It's the
sorry.
ninth, man.
So it's the
Friday
9th.
the 9th.
All right. So
Yeah.
all right. So the
Miami is
Ole Miss
Thursday.
game is the 8th. All right. Thank you, Johnny, for that.
Maze, what's up?
Yeah, it is hard to beat a team twice in the same season. We know that for sure. Look no further than Oregon a season ago, but also look no further than Oregon a few seasons ago when DeBoer and Washington put 2 beatdowns on Oregon. If anybody can lose twice in the season, it's Dan Lanning in Oregon. I'm taking Indiana.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, so first of all, Indiana is even hungrier than they were the last time they beat them. They beat them at home for Oregon. No, Indiana's winning this thing. Indiana's for sure winning this thing. Yikes. Yikes.
COL.
It's not enough. The Coke is not enough. It's not enough.
Oh man, that's crazy. Yeah. All right. So yeah, man, good. This is actually gonna be the Peach Bowl. So this is going down in the A, baby, in the A. Atlanta. 2 Big Ten teams going at it. Indiana already put these dudes in the headlock in their house. I mean, it was, with the exception of that pick 6, it wasn't really a game like that. They dominated Oregon. It's like, we know it's tough, but if there's a coach that could lose 2 games, like May said, in the same season, it's Dan Lanning. So I think Cignetti's on the mission, man. But I think it's going to be a hell of a game. It's going to be a physical game. But Indiana, they got that glow to them right now. I mean, it could go either way. If they could turn Indiana over and convert on them turnovers, it's become a different game. But if Indiana continues to play clean like they have been, it's going to be tough for Oregon to win. Mendoza's just smart with the ball. He's more athletic than Dante Moore. He knows when to run. He'll get them tough yards. They both got good running games. I just think Indiana's is more physical. Oregon's running game is more explosive. We know the receivers, if you're going on paper, composite rate, Oregon does it. But with Surratt, number 80, and Cooper, those 3 guys are dogs. And even that tight end, 37, man. It's just going to be tough, man. Cignetti got these guys playing. I'm going to go with Indiana. Unless they turning the ball over and shooting themselves in the foot, I really don't see Oregon winning this game. So I'm going to go Indiana, but should be a hell of a game.
Yeah. And before I even say anything, I think all the playoff games,
It's in the freezer.
besides the first round at home and the Rose Bowl, I think the rest of them should be played in a dome. The feel of these games in those domes, it feels different. You can feel the intensity of the games. Like it's just a different feel. And I think all of them should be played in domes besides the first round that are at the actual university and the Rose Bowl. I think the rest should be in domes. It's something about the feel of them. It brings it up a notch to me, at least watching at home. Indiana, Oregon. I got Indiana in this one. I think Indiana is focused. They seem like they're kind of on a mission. Now, what adjustments will Oregon make from the first game, and will Indiana have adjustments ready for his adjustments? I think Cignetti will. I think he's not stupid enough to do what Dan Lanning did and go in and play a team that you lost to and have the exact same game plan without a change up. I don't think Cignetti's going to let that happen, honestly. And another thing to watch is Dan Lanning. Dan Lanning, he likes to call the game like Dan Campbell. And that's going for it on 4th. Super aggressive for bro, chill out. Like, when you play a team that's similarly matched, that's the talent composite is similar, or the talent, a really good team, because the talent composite ain't similar, but they're both really good teams. You can't be going for it all the time on 4th and playing so aggressive. Yes, once in a while you need to do those things, but he just shows that he'll get way too aggressive. And if it's a close game, all those points you left on the field, they come back to bite you. So I'm gonna be real interested to see how aggressive he is in this game. If he goes stupid, or not? Because there's aggressive and then there's stupid. Dan Lanning, Dan Campbell, they like to lean over to stupid a little bit too much for me when it comes to fourth down, going for it on fourth down in the red zone.
Cocaine make you feel invincible.
Yo.
Go for it.
We're going for it.
Right.
Coach, we're on our own 10. Go for it.
Go for it.
That man take a bump and can do anything.
Fucking Hail Mary. Hail Mary right now.
It's second and goal, coach. Hail Mary.
All right. Ole Miss Miami. So I think this one is going to be decided before the game even starts. Okay. If Lane Kiffin is the sore loser or the corrupt individual I believe him to be, he will force the remaining coaches on this staff to make their way to Baton Rouge so that he can get on it. Because he's got half of his capacity right now engaging in the portal, and he has to win the portal. So if I'm looking at this from Lane Kiffin's perspective, he's like, okay, I can let my former team that I just said couldn't win a national championship go win a national championship with half of my staff, or I can prove my point by gutting them, taking the coaches away, and then I look right? They'll get trounced by Miami. I'll say, see, this is why I had to leave, and all will be right with the world. Ripstar, your mother is a clown.
That's so casual.
If he doesn't take the staff, then I think Ole Miss could compete in this game. I think they have a chance. I
I'm
don't
not
see it
leaving.
happening if he take them away.
I'm not leaving right now. I'm not leaving. If I'm the players, the staff, I'm not leaving. I'm sorry.
Right.
It's not-
Are you gonna lose your job though over this? You gonna lose your job over it?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm the Jordan era. I want that ring.
Yeah.
If they do, I hope they make it known that he tried to coax them out. Because it's just rumor right now. But I hope they make it very clear, like, because they've already said we pretty much tried to get us out of here before the playoff game.
Wow.
Like he wanted us out of here before the playoff game. They said it without saying it. The head coach was like, I made it very clear that I wanted to finish the job here to Lane. So I think ultimately this comes down to how the team's constituted. If they're as presently constituted, they have a chance to beat Miami because they can outscore them. Miami is not as fast-paced or as quick strike as Ole Miss is. And I don't know if the offensive line pressure is necessarily a match for Ole Miss's tempo. I think they can nullify a lot of what Messiador and Bain can do by just leaving them on the field and going up and down. Right? They were tired at halftime. Bain and Messiador were gassed at halftime. Yep. So if you can keep them on the field and go tempo all game, well, that's a pretty good equalizer for a good pass rush. It just depends on who's calling the plays and who's getting the team together.
This is a hell of a matchup. This right here is a hell of a matchup. The way Miami's defensive line has been playing, shutting down Texas A&M, shutting down Ohio State. Now they look at the schedule. We got Ole Miss, another high-powered offense. Bet. If I'm on Miami, I'm saying bet. This ain't nothing new. Let's get it. So that's the matchup right there. The D-line versus their O-line. But now, take it another step. Trinidad Chambliss, if he plays like he did against Georgia, which I'm not sure if he can play that well again. I'm not sure because he's good. What he did on Thursday, that was greatness. I'm not sure if he can do that again. That's not easy to do, especially going against a better D-line that's going to really get after you. Similar a la Michael Penix against Texas in the semifinal, where as a Michigan fan, I was worried, and then I watched the game again, and I said, "Oh no, we got them. He can't play that well again. He can't play that well again. Like if he beats us playing like he did against Texas, they deserve to win. But can he do it? Do I think he can do it? No. And I think that's gonna be the interesting thing about this game. Can Trinidad Chambers play that well again going against this Miami defense? Because I don't know. This is a hard pick for me because I got a lot of faith in that Miami defense now, but I do got a lot of faith in Trinidad. But I think I'm gonna go with Miami because I'm not sure he can do that again. I'm just not sure he can play to that level again.
Yeah.
I'll be quick. I don't know if he has to necessarily play that well, but either way, I do think Miami's defensive line causes problems for Ole Miss. I think Miami wins this game because of that, because of their defense and the pressure that they're going to cause, and because how fast they are. They run around back there. I think that Fletcher will be able to run the ball against them, and I just need Beck to game manage the game. What we didn't speak about with Beck is not only was he making the right decisions, like Johnny mentioned, especially like on third downs in that game, but he also took off and ran, and got them, important yards that way too. And those are the things that they're going to have him do, just matriculate the ball down the field, go take off and get 3 or 4 if we need it, make a quick throw if we need it, and then lean on Fletcher. And I think that's the key to victory for Miami. Chambers is the X factor, though, because he can make things happen, man. He was back there looking like all your favorite quarterbacks against Georgia. So, he can make things happen. Like Johnny said, though, does he come off a record-breaking performance in that bowl game to follow it up with another, clutch performance? I just don't know. I'm gonna go with Miami in a close one.
Who up, Josh?
Yeah. So first of all, I definitely have this game being Ohio State versus Georgia. And that says a lot because both teams overtook the team that was ahead of them, right? And so that's a lot should be said for both Miami and Ole Miss to getting to this point. With that being said, I completely agree with Mays and Johnny that Trinidad is not going to have another crazy game like that against the team. I just think as much as Miami's defensive line does get gassed, I think it's going to be enough to get them to win. Now, whoever does end up winning this game, it doesn't matter because Indiana is winning this entire thing. So,
you an Indiana fan now? It's not
He's
a Hoosier. Being a Hoosier.
But if I want to be real, I've liked what they've done this entire season, and beating us is where it stopped. But outside of that, I've liked what Indiana has done this entire season.
You like what they did in the Big Ten championship?
Again, until they beat us, that's where it stops, right? But everything else, I've liked the story of Homeboy taking them from a 2-win team to where they are now. I like it.
Beating y'all was the easiest part of what he did.
What? Huh?
No, go ahead.
What? Okay. Anyway, thought so. So yeah, no, Indiana's winning this whole thing, and Big Ten 3 years in a row. SEC looking shell shocked.
It's amazing. They put in, what did they put in 5 SEC teams? And then the final weekend before the national championship, look who you got 2 Big Ten teams, 1 SEC, and it wasn't the SEC team everybody thought was going to be there, and then ACC team left in the field.
Right.
Yep.
So much for stacking the field.
Yeah. No, man, this is no. This is definitely going to be the game next week to watch, man. Trinidad Chambers, I think he can replicate what he did last week. I think he's that good. They got, and because I'm going to tell you, The thing is, Ole Miss is a balanced offense. They just don't rely on their quarterback to make plays. They could run the ball. So Miami's going to have to count for everything. You have to guard. They could attack you vertically. They could attack you on the sidelines. This is a dangerous offense with an athletic quarterback who has high IQ. Now, of course, that's the question. Can he? I know he can, but will he? Excuse me, is the question. Miami, this is the Destiny Bowl, man. This is the Destiny Bowl. Two teams that we did not expect to be in this position right here at the semifinals. I believe Mays mentioned it. As long as Carson Beck could be a game manager, don't put his defense in bad positions, take care of the ball, make smart decisions, it's going to be hard to beat Miami. They're the more physical team. They're better defensively. Ole Miss is better offensively, but it doesn't matter. Run the ball, take the air off the ball, shorten the game, phone booth, phone booth, phone booth. They get Ole Miss in the phone booth. This is a Miami game. If Ole Miss could turn this into a shootout, ooh, I don't know how many guns Miami got. You know what I'm saying? That they could just pull out and keep doing that. So it's going to be interesting. Turnovers are going to be huge in this game, without a doubt, because I don't know if Miami or Ole Miss can really come back from those, depending when in the game those turnovers happen. So I love this game, man. I can't wait to watch it. I'll be there with my Hennessy. But I'm gonna go Miami only because of what they've done to the two offenses they played in the playoffs, and these ain't Mickey Mouse offenses. They got a total of 12 sacks in 2 games. 12 sacks in 2 games, bro. That's crazy. And they only given up a total of 17 points. So you got to go Miami on paper, but bro, both these games could go. I could see Oregon versus Ole Miss in the Natty as well. Like, that won't shock me. So Indiana, Miami for all the marbles. Let's talk about it.
Hey, whoever said Oregon versus Miami is going to be the Coke Bowl is hilarious.
Yo, that was good. That was good. I saw that. hey, Dan Lanning might go off the Rico, get some of that pure Perico out there, bro.
Yeah. You
Michael Irvin has been looking like he's on the Coke.
He gonna link up with Irvin, bro. They part of the ski teams.
Yeah.
Facts. Let's go ski.
Michael Irvin been wilding.
They about to go slalom in that.
That's crazy.
Yo.
So we'll be back. We'll be back next Saturday to recap the semifinal games and obviously talk about who's in the Natty, man, and update on the transfer portals and who our teams landed and who else did we lose. So next week, thank everybody for tuning in. Enjoy your Saturday. Again, Happy New Year to everyone.
Happy New Year.
Have a safe one. Don't be a knucklehead. And we out.
I'm upset.
I don't say much, but bro, we only got 30 more minutes. 30 more minutes, we get everything we can work for. Them boys ain't work how we work. They ain't feel how we feel. They ain't cry how we cry, gang. You can see they don't got the energy we got, bro. They don't want it how we want it, bro. 30 more minutes is all we got.